This broadcast to you if it wasn't for our sponsors you hear throughout the broadcast. Please shop their businesses, use their services, and tell them thank you.
Live from Aussie, and welcome to another production of Norwell Baseball on WellsCountyVoice.com. Good afternoon, friends, and welcome aboard. Alongside Alex Howard, I'm Derek Decker. Pleasure to be with you here today for a conference matchup at the Northeast 8. Norwell kicking off a stretch of 5 straight conference games to finish out the regular season before a non-conference against Northrop. This is the most important stretch of the year, Alex, and one where Norwell does not have a lot of room for error. Obviously, that one-run loss to Leo in the conference opener to begin the season is the thing standing in the way right now between them and a potential conference title.
Yeah, you said it, 5 conference games in a row here, and you've already dropped one. And so not only can you not drop another, but you need some help. And so a big part of that is getting this first one against Dekalb tonight.
Norwell coming off a pair of victories at Bluffton on Saturday. Always fun to have that rivalry continue. Norwell swept them both. A win by Brett Wathen in Game 1, and then Rocco Haynes nearly no-hit the Tigers in a game that was shortened to 5 innings in the second one. But nice to see Norwell get back on their feet with 4 straight, albeit against some subpar competition. But anytime you win 4 straight this time of year, that's important to build momentum.
Yeah, and they've struggled with hitting. With that Leo game, of course, and even playing Carroll, and even had their struggles against Hamilton Heights, hitting the ball. So scoring 13, 12, 7, and 12 in those 4 wins is huge for this team to get going.
Yeah, that it is big, and obviously trying to find their stride on the pitching side of things, which we knew was going to be the biggest question mark coming into the season here in the home stretch. At this time, let's join public address announcer Cheryl Goodmiller for today's starting lineups.
They deserve. Norwell High School is a tobacco-free campus. All patrons are asked to refrain from using any type of tobacco product and/or any electronic or vapor type of device on school property. Your cooperation is appreciated, and please enjoy the game. Now, let's meet our starting lineup, starting with the visiting team, the Dekalb Barons. Leading off, and catching, number 9, Alex Leslie. Batting second, shortstop, number 12, Eric Imke. Batting third and pitching, number 14, Steele Jackson. Batting fourth, playing third, number 15, Nolan Knack. Batting fifth, the DH, number 17, Parker Smith. He'll be batting for the right fielder, number 3, Caden Greer. Batting sixth, playing first, number 7, Logan Staley. Batting seventh, playing second, number 5, Logan Jordan. Batting eighth, right fielder, number 2, Blake Ludy. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 10, Bryce Dobson. The Barons are coached by Tim Murdoch. And now your starters for the Norwell Knights. Leading off for the Knights and catching, number 11, Eli Riley. Batting second, playing center field, number 12, Luke Graft. Batting third, playing shortstop, number 6, Rocco Haynes. Batting fourth and pitching tonight, number 26, Brody Bolin. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 13, Leighton Bailey. Batting sixth, playing left field, number 24, Brett Wathen. Batting seventh, playing right field, number 10, Cade Shelton. Batting eighth, the DH, number 2, Crew Bussell. Bussell will be batting for first baseman, number 5, Josiah Leidig. And batting ninth, playing second base, number 17, Luke McBride. The head coach for the Norwell Knights is Dave Goodmiller and assistant Jamie Feldheiser. Your umpires for today's game are Theron Butler and Brett Van Dyne.
First pitch coming up on the other side.
And now, ladies and gentlemen.
Nick Huffman, a Bluffton High School graduate, is ready to help you buy, sell, or build your dream home. If you're ready to start a new chapter in your life, now's the time. With historic low interest rates, houses are moving at lightning speed. Whether you need single-family, multifamily, agricultural, commercial, property management, mixed use, or land development, give Nick a call or text at 827-8255 or send him a message on Facebook at Real Estate by Nick Huffman. Nick is located at the Steffen Group at 107 West Market Street in Bluffton. His number again is 827-8255.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule you within 24 hours at any of our 19 convenient clinics. IPT has been a trusted part of your community for over 32 years. With trusted results, you can count on Indiana Physical Therapy to get you better, faster. You don't need a referral from your doctor, and all insurances are accepted, including Anthem. IPT is your choice for physical therapy. So what are you waiting for? Call Indiana Physical Therapy right now at 260-209-2464 to schedule an appointment, or go online to indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Back here at Norwell, and let's take a look once again at how both these teams will line things up this afternoon. Defensively for Norwell, it's Wathen, Graft, and Shelton in the outfield. Bailey, Haynes, McBride, and Leidig around the infield. Eli Riley starts behind the plate. And the starter on the mound today for Norwell is the right-handed Brody Bolin, the sophomore, making his 5th start of the season. 20 innings of work on the year and a record of 2-2, a 3.50 ERA. 23 strikeouts and 13 walks. Alex, this is a guy who has strikeout stuff when he is at his best. The control has been the only kind of sticking point in Bolin's arsenal all year. When the control is on and Bolin is throwing strikes, he's hard to stop.
Yeah, his fastball, he has command over his fastball. His off-speed is real good for strikeout pitches. It's just whether or not he has that control tonight.
No doubt about it. Dekalb will send Leslie, Emke, and Jackson to the plate here in the top of the first. Then Nack, Smith, and Staley, Jordan, Ludi, and Dobson round out the order for Tim Murdoch's DeKalb Barons, who come in at 12-7. They are 3-0 in the Northeast State, so they're just a half game behind Leo, who has played an extra game at 4-0. This is important, obviously, for them to continue their title hopes as well, Alex. And you know, looking at things, at least on paper, it's hard to find two more comparable teams when you look at Norwell and DeKalb.
Yeah, they're very similar, and DeKalb hasn't played Leo yet, so we'll see how that game goes later on down the schedule. But it will be interesting to see how these two teams match up and who gets the upper hand tonight.
This should be a heck of a lot of fun. We've got a decent afternoon for baseball. It's not exactly what you'd expect here in the middle of May, but it's certainly better than what we had over the weekend. We're sitting in the mid-50s on a sun-splashed afternoon here in Ossian. The breeze blowing in from left today out of the north and out of the northwest. Norwell in their home navy blue uniforms with Vegas gold trim and white trim around the cuffs as well. The white pants and the navy pinstripes. DeKalb in the road gray with black letters, red numbers, white trim around both. The old-style button-down uniforms. First pitch from Brody Bolin on the way. It's a fastball. It's an excuse-me swing. It sputters out to the third baseline. Strong throw by Eli Riley is in time to get the leadoff hitter Leslie by a couple of steps. And this is an interesting start to this one, but one pitch and one out here to lead things off for Brody Bolin.
Yeah, a little check swing there. Ball finds the bat and finds a little bit of fair territory, out there in front of the dirt cut here, just in front of Eli Riley.
And as mentioned, here comes Eric Emke. Emke is hitting .475, takes ball one upstairs from Brody Bolin. Emke is headed off to Frontier Community College to continue his baseball career next year. And we'll talk a little bit about the pitching staff as well, but Emke takes ball two down and away. Definitely see an aggressive and violent approach at the plate, ready to swing at anything. This is a guy who has thrown 37 innings in 6 starts over the year, and that alone should speak volumes about his ability to stay in contests. He fouls that one away. Back towards the Stones here at Norwell. 2 balls and a strike from Bolin to Emke. 62 strikeouts recorded on the mound in 37 innings pitched, and that's what he's planning on doing at Frontier. He lines this thing towards the gap in right center, and that's going to get down and head towards the wall. Kate Shelton running after it, picks it up barehanded with his left hand, but cruising into second with a one-out double is Eric Emke, his 8th two-bagger of the year.
Yeah, fastball elevated there, just brings the hands across, and Emke continues to do what he does.
And here comes Steele Jackson. This is the guy that'll be on the mound for the Barons today. Jackson has made 5 starts, but at the plate he's hitting .460. A couple guys are really, really good in the top of this DeKalb lineup. First pitch, though, he skies it in towards the third base line. It is in foul territory for the moment. Leighton Bailey under it, and he makes the grab, a step in foul territory about 45 feet down the third base line. And this DeKalb offense has been swinging early and often. It counts. Jackson pops out. 2 gone here in the DeKalb first.
Yeah, very aggressive approach at the plate by the DeKalb hitters, as you said, Derek. And it'll be interesting going forward because if you can keep Brody Bolin in low pitch count totals, it will help the Knights here going forward.
Bolin stares into the 4-hitter Nolan Knack, the third baseman here today, and another first pitch fastball misses upstairs. Knack is hitting .431, so 2, 3, and 4 are all well above the 400 mark on this 55-degree afternoon here in Ossian. It's perfect for baseball today. A little crisp in the air as there's a swing and a miss by Knack, swinging through the ball 1 pitch. Knack is a guy who has the ability to drive in runs, obviously, in that 4 spot. 18 RBIs on the year. Hasn't hit for all that much power, but a nice eye as well. Second on the team with 12 walks. The 1-1 hits the outside corner, called strike 2 by our home plate umpire Theron Butler today. Brett Van Dyne is on the bases. 1-2 to Nolan Knack here with Emke out at second after the 1-out double. A ground out and a pop-up sandwich that double. The 1-2 pitch from Bolin. Fastball shot towards the right center field gap again. That's going to find grass again, and this is going to bounce all the way to the wall. This will score Emke from second. Knack into second himself with a 2-out double, and an RBI for Nolan Knack, his 19th of the year, his 5th double, and the Barons take a 1-0 lead in the first.
And again, Brody Bolin finds a fastball too high up in the zone, and it's not too hard to hit that as a hitter because that's exactly the swing path you want. And they're able to go middle oppo with it, both out there to the towards the semi-state signs there, the 345 sign out there in right center.
Yeah, and Bolin's misses have been high. There's another miss with a fastball high. He swung and missed it. That one did Parker Smith. It was just above the letters. But that's not a place you can miss. Now, the good news about today is the wind's blowing in, so this is not necessarily a hitter's afternoon with temperatures in the mid-50s as well. But this is a DeKalb team that has the ability to offensively put things together. They average 9 runs a game and hit .336 as a club. There's ball 2 in the eyes of, or ball 1 rather, in the eyes of Smith after the first pitch swing and a miss. 3:15 down the lines here at Norwell, 3:75 toward the alleyways, and slightly farther toward the Norwell baseball windscreen out in center. The 1-1 foul tipped into the glove, held onto by Riley. A ball and 2 strikes here to Parker Smith.
And if you're Brody Bolin here, you got 2 work down here, probably with an off-speed pitch. Wouldn't be the worst thing if it found the dirt.
Bolin comes set at those letters, checks the runner at second, delivers the pitch. It's off speed. It flies out of play, first base side, and into the parking lot.
Yeah, like I said, that pitch, you know, it's in the zone, yes, and it's appetizing for the hitter, but that should be a pitch that most hitters would, you know, flare into right center field for a base hit. Again, a little too high there.
Bolin again, one look, and this pitch is in a much better location. It's tapped foul toward the third base dugout.
Yeah, that's exactly where that pitch needs to be. You want him swinging the garden hose out there to reach it.
Nice at bat here by Parker Smith, the 5-hole hitter. .333 on the year and an on-base percentage of almost 500 for this DeKalb group. And 5 RBIs. This fastball is popped up. Riley towards the DeKalb dugout, and it'll find its way out of play once again. 3 straight fouled away by Smith. Tim Murdoch down at third base today for DeKalb in the red DeKalb pullover. This is a Baron team that has been very good for a long time. Several seasons of winning baseball in a row. They have not been able to advance past the sectional round in quite some time, but they're in a sectional with Carroll, Northrop, and Snyder. That's a tough ask. 1-2 is floated out towards right center and down the line, and that's going to drift foul. Outside the line, Smith now 4 straight have been fouled away from Bolin, but this is a DeKalb team that Norwell shared the conference with back in 2019. They went 6-1. Norwell won the league as well that year. Dekalb went 19-8 and fell in a sectional title game to Carroll in a 4-1 contest. The 1-2 pitch once again. Fastball, and he blows it by him. Smith waves at one that was outside, and the side is retired. Bolin gets a ground out, a pop-up, and a strikeout, but he has 2 doubles sandwiched in between, and he gives up a run as the Barons lead 1-0 heading to the Norwell first on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network and the IHSAA Champions Network.
I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic in Bluffton. My goal with chiropractic treatment is to make you feel and function better by providing neurostructural corrections to help put your spine back into alignment, to strengthen your nerve system, and to relieve nerve pain. We strive to help you heal and stay healthy for years to come. Our full-service chiropractic team in Bluffton provides corrective exercises, lifestyle advice, along with spinal and postural screenings.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nick Altair, and I'm proud to join the team here at Corrective Chiropractic. Our goal is to figure out what is causing your pain and restore movement to the optimal level. From infants to older adults, chiropractic is a safe way to manage growing pains and other body trauma. Did you know that chiropractic care can strengthen your overall immune system? Give us a call at 260-353-1400. Chiropractic care can help you on your journey to the best version of you.
Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza, Bluffton, Indiana.
Back here in Ossian, we're headed toward the Norwell first, and here's how DeKalb looks defensively today. It's Greer, Dobson, and Luty left to right of the outfield. Emke and Jordan make up the middle of the infield. Knack and Staley at the corners. Alex Leslie behind the plate, and Steele Jackson is on the mound today for DeKalb. Jackson making his 6th start of the season, 24 1/3 innings on the year, a record of 3-1 and an ERA of 5.47. Pitcher to contact, 23 strikeouts in 24 innings. Not a guy that's going to reach back and blow you away, but a guy pitching to contact might be just what you need for DeKalb on a day like today when they used Emke to beat Huntington North on Saturday.
Yeah, and we talked about it before the game. This is going to be a game where you just got to go out there and play baseball. It's going to be, doubles in the gaps, timely hitting, singles to score runs, that kind of stuff that's going to win you the ball game. You're not going to be able to sit out here and throw balls into the wind and watch them fly over the 345 sign into the tennis courts today. So going to have to keep the ball. The ball's going to stay in the ballpark. Going to have to be real fundamental defensively, and you're going to have some real good at-bats here.
Yeah, and Alex, as you know, this time of year, this can certainly be a hitter's park with the wind blowing out of the south, and obviously there's nothing to block that wind out here. If you can get that thing up, it's got a chance to go, usually, here in the middle of May, but not the case here today as we're limping through the end of the regular season with less than ideal weather, but still hard to complain about a dry Tuesday afternoon for a conference matchup. First pitch on the way from Steele Jackson to the leadoff hitter. Eli Riley is way outside the strike zone as it goes to the screen. Leslie didn't even have a real shot at gloving that thing, and hopefully Jackson has that out of his system. Only 8 free passes issued in 24 innings, so this is a guy that pounds the strike zone. No doubt about that. The 1-0 is way upstairs as well. Both pitchers, granted, this is a rather knee-jerk reaction to the first 2 pitches offered by Jackson, but both guys have struggled to get on top of their fastball, and that's important in command in a game like today. The 2-0. Nope, all 3 upstairs. Nowhere close to the zone. Jackson on his first 3 pitches certainly doesn't seem to have established any kind of rhythm out there so far. He's in the short sleeves today and works is a little bit slow for a starter. And the 3-0 is outside off the plate. Riley discards the bat and trots to first. 4-pitch walk to lead things off here in the first. And obviously Riley a big threat to run. We'll see if they test the arm of Alex Leslie back there. Luke Graft is the hitter now. Graft 404 on the season with an on-base percentage of .493. It's a guy that's reached early and often in the season. Riley a wide lead away from the first. He's not off and running yet. First pitch is on the corner, called a strike to Luke Graft, a fastball located at the knees.
And I back take there by Graft, though, after 4 pitches that weren't, 3 pitches that weren't even close, and 1 pitch that was just off the plate. Got to make him at least throw a strike here.
Yeah. There's a jump move to first. The last thing that you want to do, not like Kraft and Riley combined to be about the speediest guys on the team, but the last thing you want to do is serve up a ground ball after 4 straight, and the inning completely changes. Coming set just below the chin as Jackson delivers the pitch up and away to Kraft. And of the 6 pitches that he's tossed, only 1 has hit the strike zone. It was a fastball at the knees of Kraft, and the other 5 have been relatively uncompetitive, some might call it, although we are early in the first inning. Runner crouching as Graft is trying to bunt. Riley's off for second, and he's in there easily. The throw one hopped by Leslie into the man covering the bag, Eric Emke. But that's a play there where Graft is now behind 1-2, but does advance the runner into scoring position with nobody out.
Yeah, not a huge deal for Graft to be behind in the count 1-2. He's real good at getting on even if he is behind the count with 2 strikes.
Third baseman was crashing now he's playing back even with the bag. 1-2 is sliced foul. We talk about his ability to go the other way all the time. Probably the best on this team at doing that. Just has such a quick bat. An athletic kid, 3-sport athlete at the varsity level, and part of this tremendous sophomore class for the Knights. The 1-2 once again. Off speed, chopped towards the pitcher. This is going to be a tough play, but Graft is quick, and he's out by a step as Steele Jackson fields his position well. A little two-hopper right back to the mound. It puts Riley 90 feet closer, which represents the tying run here in the first.
Coming to the plate, shortstop number 6, Rocco Haynes.
And here comes the 3-hitter, the always dangerous Rocco Haynes, who is in the top 20 in Class 3A on max preps in the state in average. 519, 581 on base percentage, a team best 30 RBIs, which is also making headway in the max preps rankings. That's a ball that bounces in. Riley's going to try to score, and he will. Wild pitch by Steele Jackson. Rocco Haynes took that one. That barely made it to the apron. It bounced away from Leslie. Not a whole lot he could do about it. And just like that, a leadoff four-pitch walk, then a stolen base, a tapper back to the pitcher, and a wild pitch ties us at 1.
Yeah, and little things like that can really make a difference in a game like this against, like we said, 2 teams that are pretty comparable, and certainly this Norwell team's done stuff like that before. So.
Oh, yeah. Fastball driven out of play by Rocco. Quick hands. Rocco was perfect in the second game. It's a guy that on the day at Bluffton went 5 for 7 with a number of RBIs and almost threw a no-hitter in game 2. Would have been his second of the season. One of only 14 guys to throw a no-hitter in any capacity, 5 innings or otherwise, in Indiana this year. That's down low as it bounces to the backstop. And Jackson has really looked a little bit rattled finding the strike zone consistently here early on in this contest. But, of course, Rocco's no-hitter against Eastbrook in the first week of the season. In fact, that was Norwell's first road trip on a Friday afternoon. Weather was much better than it was today. The 2-1 high and tight to Haynes, 3-1 after Riley scored on the wild pitch earlier in this at-bat. Norwell with that run out without the benefit of a hit. 3-1 is ripped towards center on a line, but this is going to be right at Dobson. And he makes the grab shoulder high on a couple of steps to his left, and that's the second out. So Rocco puts a good charge into that one, but Dobson makes a play in center field. 2 gone and the base is empty here in the first.
Yeah, good swing there by Rocco, and again, low liner. That's what you want on a day like today. You don't want to put it too high up. The one's going to kind of grab it and bring it back, and it's exactly the swing you want. Just an Adam ball, and Brody Bolin trying to help his cause now.
The cleanup hitter for the Knights after an 18-pitch first inning. The first pitch fastball grounded towards first, and it is grounded and fielded on a knee by Logan Staley. He will step on the bag. 15-pitch first inning by Logan Jackson, and the Knights scratch across a cheap run without a hit. We're tied at 1 after 1 on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Always going to have sibling rivalry, and it's no different with the Heidi brothers. They went and built 2 dealerships right next to each other and filled them up with new Chevys, Jeeps, Buicks, Chryslers, Dodge Rams, and more. And some of the best late model pre-owned vehicles around, just so they could compete for your business with service, selection, and price. The choice is yours. Heidi Automotive Group in Bluffton, just 20 minutes south of Fort Wayne.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
Back here at Norwell, 1-1 here as we enter the top of the second inning. Dekalb, a much more traditional run path there in the first. They got a couple of doubles to string together a run. Norwell got a leadoff walk by Riley on 4 pitches for a guy who doesn't give out walks very easily in Jackson. Then he stole second easily. Got to third on a little tapper back to the pitcher, scored on a wild pitch, because without that, even though there was a shot by Rocco Haynes that probably would have scored Riley from third anyway, that was to medium to deep center. Norwell without a hit there in that first inning. This is a DeKalb team that has done that to Norwell in the past, as Logan Staley leads things off, the 6-hitter for the Barons. But back in 2017, when DeKalb came to Norwell as ball 1 there by Bolin, although that's a better spot to miss. DeKalb came to Norwell with Jackson Peck Hans in 2017 and beat Norwell 5-2, a complete game 1-hitter by Peck Hans. That's at the bottom of the zone for Theron Butler, and he hits the knees. Strike 1 called. We were talking about that at the break, and, you know, if you can get that spot, most high school umpires are going to give that to you. And there it is again. That is a beautiful thing. If you can work that part of the zone in the high school game, we'll move along just fine. And Bolin certainly made adjustments from the top of the first. The 1-2 pitch here to Staley. And he's out in front of it, but he plops it out into shallow center field for a base hit. That's one that'll frustrate a pitcher, no doubt, because that was served in at about 45 miles an hour over the second base bag for a leadoff single for Logan Staley.
Yeah, that's just baseball. I was watching the Cubs game the other day against the Pirates, and Pirates had four hits like that too. And it's frustrating as a pitcher when you make a quality pitch and it's soft serve in the center field.
First pitch strike at the knees of Logan Jordan. Well, whatever adjustment that Bolin made there after the first, he has made it well, and he's consistently hitting the bottom of the zone. Mr. Jordan is one of 4 Logans on this DeKalb roster, a couple of which are in the starting lineup here today. This is a club made up of 8 seniors, obviously an experienced group as well for this DeKalb team under the leadership of Tim Murdoch. He squares to butt, pulls back, pitches high, and Staley not straying too far away from first. A ball and a strike. Riley checking on him with Leidig down there at first today. He's being DH for I believe the first time this season. And he's holding Staley on first. Does not look like he's off to run. Shallow secondary lead. Ball 2 just low there, offered by Bolin. Jordan was squared around once again, and it's a little bit surprising. Jordan hitting in the 7 spot. The second baseman in Jordan is hitting at a 174 clip on the year. And he's squaring to bunt again. Ball 3. Got to throw him a strike. 3 in a row here by Bolin. Staley, a really short lead over there at first. Bolin doesn't have to be too concerned about him. He's not going to run here. The 3-1 pitch is a fastball, and it misses the zone. And Bolin issues a walk to Logan Jordan. The first 2 are aboard here in the second. Yeah, as a pitcher, you can't let a little bunt like that kind of take your sights off the zone.
You know, if he's gonna bunt, if he's gonna lay it down, then make him lay it down, throw him a strike, and let your defense make a play behind you. But a walk almost guarantees a bunt here.
Ludy's a right fielder. He squares to bunt. Nice push bunt. This could be for a hit. Bolin makes an acrobatic play to shovel out at first base. That was a tremendous bunt by Ludy. He forced Leidig off the bag for a moment. That was a fantastic bunt. It puts 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out here. Might be the best bunt I've seen this year.
Yeah, that was textbook push bunt. That's a bunt that, if you can do that, you're a pretty good baseball player. Because that's exactly where you want it, kind of that dead area between first, second, and pitcher. And yeah, decent speed getting down the line. Good play by Bolin.
Even with the righty falling off the mound towards first. First pitch is called a strike to the 9-hitter Bryce Dobson. That's definitely the area you want to go to, obviously. This is a team in DeKalb that has always been good at playing fundamental baseball. Their defense has struggled a little bit this year. We'll talk about that a little bit more when we hit the bottom of the inning. The strike 1 pitch to Dobson. He lays off of it. A fastball at the letters for ball 1. Jordan and Staley are out there in scoring position. And this is an opportunity once again for the Barons to retake the lead. They got a run at the top of the first. to break the ice here today. Fastball is nubbed foul towards us. 1-2 to Dobson. Top of the order looms on deck in the face of Alex Leslie, who certainly wants some redemption after the check swing on the first pitch of the game, and he hit a little dribbler towards the third baseman, and it ended up being fielded by Riley. The 1-2. Drops in, strike 3 called. Dobson hangs around there at the plate for an extra beat. Theron Butler punches him out. That's a huge strikeout for Bolin.
Yeah, that is exactly what you want if you're the Norwell Knights. And Coach Dave Goodmiller, you got ducks on the pond on second and third, and a batter up who had a real tinky hit last time. So sophomore looking to get out of it here.
Dobson strikes out for the 14th time this year, and there's a first pitch called a strike. And again, always nice to see Eli Riley mixing things up back there. We have discussed over the course of the year the overusage at times, in our opinion, of the first pitch fastball trying to get ahead. That's not a bad thing, but with a good team. Oh, he hits a little number again, and it's fielded by Riley in front of the plate, and Dekalb leaves 2 in scoring position. That's a wasted opportunity for the Barons, and a couple of poor at-bats by Alex Leslie. And the Knights survive the top of the second. And Brody Bolin works out of a jam, and we are still tied at 1 heading to the Norwell second. WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network and the IHSAA Champions Network.
Soaring high above, exploring our planet. Professional timepiece designed to take flight. Citizen ProMaster. Go beyond.
Daniel's Jewelers on North Main Street in Bluffton, where personal service and trust become part of the memory. Are you taking the first step towards a healthier you, or are you just tired of the same workout? From beginners to fitness veterans, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. We offer a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and so much more. Have peace of mind when you work out with childcare available. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is so much more. Join today. Visit fwymca.org.
Bottom of the second here at Norwell. Dekalb threatened big time. They had the first 2 men on with nobody out and could not get a run across. A run on 3 hits for Dekalb, and Norwell has the lone run on basically a walk and then a wild pitch is what it really comes down to, a ground ball in there as well. But both teams are playing small ball here early on today. We're in the bottom of the second in this conference game. Dekalb comes in at 3-0, Norwell at 1-1. Obviously, they've got Leo that they've already gotten out of the way and always do in the first conference matchup of the year. It's a tough way to get the league underway. And as we said before that game, we thought it might go a long way in determining the outcome of the conference, and that certainly appears like it's going to be the case here in 2020 as well. Leighton Bailey, 2021 that is. Leighton Bailey is the hitter here to lead off the second. Then Brett Wathen and Cade Shelton in the Norwell second inning. Back to work Steele Jackson after a 15-pitch first, and the first offering is too high for Leighton Bailey. Crosses at the letters. Fastball's been hard to locate for Jackson so far today. There's a strike call on the inside corner. Wind continues to gust out of the northwest here today. We've got, I think, we've got tennis of some kind going on over there today. I think it might be middle school tennis. The 1-1 pitch misses down just by a little bit. Bailey had squared to bunt for a moment. It's 2-1 now to him. Bolin 34 pitches through 2 innings. Boy, Jackson does not work with a lot of pace for a starter, for a high school starter. Really slow into his wind as well. Stares in for a long time after he gets his sign. It's a slow wind, the 2-1 pitch, and Leighton Bailey pops it up into center. Going back behind the second base bag is the shortstop, Emke. Oh, it's going to drop! Dobson came in, and apparently some miscommunication out there. Dobson tried to make a basket grab as it was sinking toward the ground. Emke completely looked away from the baseball, and Steele Jackson takes a little walk. He's disgusted on the mound after getting a pop-up. Now, the wind's certainly playing with that thing a little bit, but Bailey reaches there on a gift of a single for Norwell's first hit.
Yeah, just lack of communication there. I think it's probably got to be a center fielder coming in. If he's continuing to run in, he'd have the easiest play there.
Squaring to bunt was Wathen on the first pitch, and he pulls back. The left-handed hitter takes the first pitch off the plate. Bailey has 4 stolen bases on the season, and Wathen has gone 3 for 9 since returning to the squad. 3 for 9 with a couple of doubles. 2 of his 3 hits have been for extra bases and 4 driven in. Had a nice afternoon at Bluffton on Saturday. Jackson delivers the 1-0. Bunting again is Wathen, and he was just straight up and down on that thing and just bunted it foul. And didn't move at all. It just kind of popped it up foul. This team has had its issues in the bunting department. There's no doubt about that. It is crucial for a high school team, no doubt. The 1-1 Wathen pulls back this time. That's off the plate, 2-1. Well, Wathen certainly picked the right pitch to bunt, but didn't really give a good effort at it. Now, again, this is a guy that just hasn't had very much PT this year, not a lot of at-bats, and returned the Hamilton Heights game the first day of May. Fouls that pitch back to the screen, and the bunt's off, 2-2. The road team has won 4 consecutive games in this series, dating back to 2016, when Norwell shut out the Barons 4-0 in Waterloo. Jackson steps off here as Bailey goes back to the bag. Put something on here, 2-2 count, nobody out, runner at first. Tie ball game early. Bailey not running, he slices this pitch foul, does Wathen. And softly toward the bullpen. Outside the bag at third. Going to have another opportunity to do that if you want to. Not a lot of clouds today, but the sun behind one right now. The wind blowing in from left at about 15 miles an hour. 54 degrees at first pitch today here in Ossian. The 2-2. Fastball just misses. And I think if Leslie had been set up in that spot, might have had a better chance of getting that call. He definitely missed his spot. 3-2 now, and nice at bat put together here by Brett Wathen. Important pitch coming. Jackson checks Bailey at first. Comes set. There goes the runner. 3-2 pitch fouled back again to the screen. So the runner gets a head start here with a full count. Definitely something you could put on once again here.
Yeah, definitely. If I'm Coach Miller, I try again here.
Wathen's only drawn 1 walk in 10 plate appearances this year. 4 strikeouts. As mentioned, 3 for 9 with a couple of doubles. He's got the power from that left side. Wide open stance with his front foot at the front of the box. Payoff once again, off speed, drops in, called strike 3. Leslie couldn't even hold on to that thing, and Brett Wathen walks back to the dugout, taking the strike 3 looking. The 5th K of the season for Wathen in 11 plate appearances. 1 gone here in the second. Cade Shelton, the hitter now. The freshman has been a routine member of the lineup now in the later part of the season. First pitch fastball called a strike at the belt. And Shelton has gone just 3 for 23 with a couple of walks drawn and no extra base hits. A couple of RBIs to go along with that, but just has not found consistent success at the varsity level yet. Plenty of time to get there. The 0-1's downstairs. Leslie a pump fake to first. Bailey back in pretty easily. Although Bailey's lead continues to get a bit wider down there at first base. The 8-hitter Crew Bustle, the DH, waits on deck for the Knights, and he's got some power. 8 for extra bases for Bustle on the year. So you think for extra bases has a chance to score the speedy Bailey from first. The 1-1 pitch, Bailey's off. He bunts it towards third. It's picked up by the pitcher. Jackson has a little bobble, and he's out by half a step at first. We'll give Shelton the sacrifice. Nice bunt laid down once again. And with Shelton's long strides, he's always a threat to beat out a bunt. Jackson makes a good play on it. 2 gone here in the Norwell second. Bailey into scoring position.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to put Leighton in motion there, and they did, but I don't know if I would have bunted that one. I think I would have tried to just give him the base there instead of sacrificing.
Oh, that ball bounces to the backstop. Bailey, a hard turnaround third, but he's got the stop sign from Dave Goodmiller, and that's a wild pitch. So now it just kind of negates what we were just talking about. Now you've got that runner 90 feet away. Second wild pitch by the starter, Steele Jackson, here today for the Barons.
Now Crew Bustle needs his base hit. Find some grass anywhere.
Bustle stands in, watches the 1-0 pitch. Fastball dive down towards the dirt, blocked by Alex Leslie. Leslie certainly had his work cut out for him back there today. Again, this is just uncharacteristic of Steele Jackson. He's usually a command guy. Only 8 walks in 24 innings coming in. The 2-0 pitch to Bustle. There's ball 3 upstairs. And Luke McBride waiting on deck. He hits close to 300. And then the top and Eli Riley. And Norwell has a potential here to kind of get this inning to unravel a little bit for Jackson. Bustle had 3-0. And that's off the plate. And Bustle takes a 4-pitch walk. That's the second of that variety issued by Jackson today. And now there are runners at the corners with 2 out here for Norwell.
To the plate.
Big at bat here for Luke McBride, hitting in the 9 spot for the first time today, as McBride has usually been in the bottom half, but a guy that hasn't hit in the 9 hole yet this year. So Coach Goodmiller playing with the lineup a little bit here down the stretch. That's fouled out of play by McBride. Bustle has, by my count, no stolen bases on the year. And I don't know if you want to try to test Leslie's arm here in this situation, because you take the lead on a base hit anyway. Man, that almost looked like a block. Now they've got Bustle in a rundown. They're going to score the run. Bustle's tagged out, and that will count the run. I guess it was a third to first move, but it sure looked like a lot of his momentum was heading toward the plate. In any case, Norwell gets the desired result as Bailey scores from third. Crew Bustle is tagged out, being picked off, and Norwell takes a 2-1 lead heading to the third on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network.
Nick Huffman, a Bluffton High School graduate, is ready to help you buy, sell, or build your dream home. If you're ready to start a new chapter in your life, now's the time. With historic low interest rates, houses are moving at lightning speed. Whether you need single-family, multifamily, agricultural, commercial, property management, mixed use, or land development, give Nick a call or text at 827-8255 or send him a message on Facebook at Real Estate by Nick Huffman. Nick is located at the Stephan Group at 107 West Market Street in Bluffton. His number again is 827-8255.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs, and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
All right, so kind of a funky play to wrap up the second inning there. Norwell does take the lead, though, on a situation where the starter for Dekalb, Steele Jackson, went on a third to first move, which is still legal in high school, and picked off Bustle at first, but he got into a rundown with enough time to allow Bailey to score from third. First pitch breaking ball called a strike to Eric Emke to lead off this third inning. Emke doubled to right center, and he showcased his power a little bit. And he's a guy that has that power. Now he grounds this thing deep in the hole. Brocco Haynes backhands, takes a nice hop to him. Throw is high, and it pulls Lighting off the bag. And Emke is safe on the infield single. His second hit of the day, the fourth for the Barons.
Yeah, nice backhand play there by Rocco. I think Emke might have still beaten it out. Even if the throw was on the money, it would have been real close, up to the discretion of Brett Van Dyne on the bases. And nonetheless, Emke reaches again.
Well, Jackson fouled out his first time up, the pitcher. and just surrendered the lead once again. That's skipping in there by Bolin. Nice dig by Riley to keep that thing in front of him. Emke down there at first. Ball 1 to Jackson. Emke has snagged 6 bags on the year. That's good for second best on the team. 31 stolen bases coming in for Dekalb. There's a pickoff throw. Neither of these teams have run all that much. It's good for about 2 stolen bases a game when you break it down. A little less than that for Dekalb, about a stolen base and a half. Less than in years past for both of these teams. Long set for Bolin. The ball 1. Fastball down, 2-0. Nolan Knack, then Parker Smith, third baseman, DH respectively for DeKalb, due up here in this barren third. Emke into a secondary, ground ball towards third, could be 2. Bailey throws to second for 1. McBride's relay is going to be way late. He pulls Leidig off the bag anyway, so they'll get Emke to force out at second for out number 1. The lead runner is taken out on the bases. Jackson reaches first on the fielder's choice. Nolan Knack is the hitter now, the double man who got the RBI in the first inning. Another right center field liner. And Jackson over there at first has 7 stolen bases as well, so he's a guy that could run. But doesn't appear to be in the mode to. That's a short lead. Bolin's got a good move over there towards first as well. That's worth noting. First pitch is looped towards the second baseman. McBride makes a diving grab at the back of the infield. That's a beautiful catch by Luke McBride back there. And Steele Jackson with good base running to get back in at first. That looked like that was going to be a looper to reach the right field grass for a hit for the cleanup hitter Nolan Knack. Instead, McBride takes it away for out number 2.
Yeah, McBride goes full extension there to save the Knights from getting another sticky situation here with runners on first and second. Less than 2 outs, so 2 outs for the Knights here. Brody Bolin continues to roll.
And Bolin has gotten some help. Norwell has really cleaned up its defense in the last couple of games. That had been a huge sticking point for this team, and especially in its losses. 28 errors committed on the year in 18 games. The 1-0 is hit high in the air towards right field. Going back is Shelton. He got turned around, but he makes the grab a step in front of the warning track. Well, it wasn't the prettiest of plays by Kate Shelton, but he got the job done, and it retires the side. A hard-hit ball by Parker Smith hangs up just a little bit in time for the right fielder Shelton to get under it, and that's how the top of the third comes to an end. Well, DeKalb draws an infield single from the 2-hitter Eric Emke, and then Steele Jackson is left at first. We're on to the bottom of the third with Norwell on top 2-1 on the Voice.
At Corrective Chiropractic, we offer individualized treatment plans for patients of all ages, from infants to elderly, and even during pregnancy. Have you ever experienced a workplace, sport, or auto accident, or just keep suffering from chronic pain? Corrective Chiropractic can help. Knee, neck, shoulder, or back pain, headaches, migraines, allergies, muscular tension? Corrective Chiropractic can help.
I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic, serving Bluffton, Yoder, Decatur, Bern, Montpelier, and the surrounding area to help you feel and function better. Schedule your appointment today at 260-353-1400 and let Corrective Chiropractic help you along your journey to health and wellness. Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza, Bluffton, Indiana.
Always going to have sibling rivalry, and it's no different with the Heidi brothers. They went and built 2 dealerships right next to each other and filled them up with new Chevys, Jeeps, Buicks, Chryslers, Dodge Rams, and more. And some of the best late model pre-owned vehicles around, just so they could compete for your business with service, selection, and price. The choice is yours. Heidi Automotive Group in Bluffton, just 20 minutes south of Fort Wayne.
We're in the third here at Norwell. The Knights are on top 2-1, Alex, without a lot of hits. Only 1 hit, but they're in the lead at the moment. Derek Decker with Alex Howard here today. And Luke McBride will lead us off here in the bottom of the third after he was at the plate when Bussell got picked off at first. But Leighton Bailey scored from third. The offense hasn't been on all that much display here yet by Norwell. Of course, still just the first time fully through the lineup. But the only hit scratched across by the Knights, and that's a frustrating thing for Norwell. Still plenty of time to rectify that, and it's also good to work with a one-run lead on a day when your offense isn't at its best.
Yeah, for sure. You want to get a lead on a day like today and play in front of a lead. Makes you feel a bit comfortable as Luke slices one by us. But yeah, if you're Norwell, just continue to stay the course here. Hits will come as you get another shot down the lineup here, and they'll get it rolling.
McBride, the second baseman today, as he has been all year. The 1-2 pitch to the sophomore. It bounces in there. Boy, I don't know if that caught a piece of Theron or not back there, but another spike ball thrown by Jackson. He's had several of those today. It's just a little surprising for a guy that has, at least numbers-wise, has been good in the control department. It's a guy that seems to have things pretty well together and pitches to contact. The 2-2 offering. Oh, he got McBride to chase a 58-footer. They'll have to throw to first to retire McBride. And down he goes. McBride has not struck out all that much this year. That's his 10th for out number 1 here in the third.
Yeah, this is a classic 2-2 pitch there. Spiking one there, and must have looked really good to Luke McBride for him to pull the trigger like that. Usually a pretty disciplined hitter.
Top of the order, and Eli Riley steps in now from the right side. Riley walked on 4 pitches his first time up. Takes a fastball on the outside corner, called a strike. As mentioned, Dekalb comes in 3-0 in the league, 12-7 overall. That 3-2 win in the first game over Huntington North on Saturday was the one that counted for conference. Riley jams this one, pops him up first base side, foul territory, and Staley can't make it in time. Riley's behind 0-2. But they ended up playing a doubleheader just because of some rainouts, and DeKalb took them both, 3-2 and 5-2 in Waterloo. They have had a huge chunk of their recent schedule take place at home. A couple of really close losses, in fact, in their last 9 games. They've won 6 of them, and 2 of their 3 losses have come by a single run. The 0-2 pitch to Riley, swing and a miss, and Riley's out on 3 pitches. Riley strikes out now for just the 6th time this year. He's a low strikeout guy as well. Back-to-back strikeouts to lead off the third for Jackson.
Yeah, for Jackson, despite a couple spikes and whatnot, he's getting a lot more command over that fastball, and he's got a little bit more zip on it from what I can tell too.
Strike 1 called. A little looper on the outside corner to Graft. Starting to hit his spots much better, you're right. At least early in counts, and he's been able to work ahead. When he's gotten behind is when he's gotten into trouble. The strike 1, fastball skips in. Ball 1 to the speedy Graft. DeKalb, though, beyond that mark, we talked about those close losses, back-to-back home losses by 1 run to Homestead and Blackhawk Christian. 14-13 against Homestead in a game that was tight all the way in a slugfest. The 1-1 pitch, fastball. There's the bottom of the zone, called strike 2. It's a perfect pitcher's pitch in high school. But the 14-13 game with Homestead, then the 4-3 contest against Blackhawk Christian. That was a frustrating loss. 1-2's up and away. That's part of a 3-game losing streak they had, which is the longest they've had this year. That included the first game of a doubleheader being dropped to Woodland, 4-0. That was a spot there in the schedule where the offense really struggled. Some of their numbers have been boosted by blowout wins. 2-2 is way, way up high, 3-2 to Graft. They put up 25 against New Haven and 16 against Snyder, which is an impressive win. The Panthers have had a really nice regular season. Took down Norwell at Parkview Field 6-4 back in late April. The payoff pitch coming from Jackson to the 2-hitter Luke Graft. Just missed down and in, and Graft draws a walk. Third walk issued by Jackson here in 3 innings.
Yeah, Jackson started taking a little stroll back to the dugout there. Thought he had Graft there on the at the knees there, but
that was close.
That was really, really close.
Rocco Haynes lined out to the center fielder Dobson his first time up. Good charge off the aluminum into that one. There's ball 1 spiked in, and just no chance to get Graft. Boy, he was flying to second base. Got a really nice jump off of Jackson as well. and they just have not given Leslie a chance to throw anybody out. So all of a sudden, a runner in scoring position with 2 outs now for the Knights.
And the fact that Jackson's has struggles with runners on right around the first pitch is surprising. Dave Goodmiller hasn't sent more of his runners.
Jackson steps off here with Haynes in the box. Haynes, a nice, large, athletic frame, stands at 6'3", bats from the right side, 5'19" coming into today. Team best 30 RBIs and a team-high 11 doubles, and he lines this thing foul outside of third. He turned on that thing and ripped it into the bullpen.
A little smirk there from Rocco Haynes. He knew if he had stayed on it just a little bit longer, he would have had a pretty good contact on that ball and would have found some grass and probably scored a run.
This guy is just as consistent and quality of a hitter as you're going to find at the high school level. Only 2 strikeouts this year. The 1-1 off speed, and he spins it, and I think it's going to stay fair. Picked up on the line. Oh, he doesn't have the baseball. He tried to tag him. Now Haynes is safe at first. Well, how about that play? So let's take you through this thing. Rocco Haynes hits a little spinner. Steele Jackson not pleased with Brett Van Dyne as he whips the baseball back from Logan Staley, the first baseman. Haynes went flying over the pitcher. He got tagged, but the ball wasn't in his glove. Van Dyne is saying that the ball was laying on the ground and he never actually picked it up. Jackson is arguing that it was kicked out of his glove. Tim Murdoch's out of the dugout talking to the home plate umpire, Theron Butler. Then Rocco Haynes decided to dive for the bag at first because he knew he was still alive and the ball was laying right on the first base foul line, and dove in and called safe. And it looked like, it was tight there too. So that puts runners at first and third. I really don't know how to score that thing. I mean, that's
gotta be a error.
I would say E1.
E1.
That's about as tough of an error as you're going to find. But that puts runners on first and third now with 2 outs on one of the wilder plays that you're going to see. Brody Bolin takes strike 1 at the bottom of the knees. Man, this has turned into a really weird inning for Steele Jackson. Rocco Haynes out there at first, and Luke Graft at third. The strike 1 to Bolin. Fastball, and he fouls it away. Well back onto Norwell Road back here. Traffic continuing to slow down. We're toward the 6:30 mark after a 5:30 first pitch. We were a couple minutes late here today, but Dekalb was here plenty of time, and the sun is not really a factor this time of year. The strike 2 downstairs, and it gets back to the screen. This is going to score Graff. Rocco Haynes taking off, trying to get to third. The throw down there is late, and Rocco Haynes goes first to third on the wild pitch. It scores Graff from third base, and Norwell takes a 3-1 lead here today, and this is about as frustrating inning as you're going to find for Steele Jackson.
Yeah, Rocco Haynes with a little bit of head start there on his steal, and then the wild pitch gives him that much more time to take 2 bases there. And Brody Bolin a chance to really give himself a little bit of extra insurance here.
Another block by Alex Leslie. Jackson is just making him work today, just beating him up back there. 56 pitches already. We're only in the third. 29 of those have been strikes, so almost a 50-50 breakdown in the ball-to-strike ratio. This has been a pretty lengthy game so far. The 2-2 pitch, fastball, and Bolin just catches a piece. Another big run sitting out there at third. Dekalb did not have its best coming into the day, and I don't know how long that Jackson's going to last, but 13 of 19 starts by Dekalb pitchers this year have gone complete games. 2-2 is down, and that's a wild stat in high school for a team that hasn't blown out a bunch of teams. I mean, this is not a team that's playing a lot of 5-inning games. Complete games, 7 innings, 13 of 19 starts. And Jackson has made it in 4 of 5. The payoff. Off speed, fouled back to the screen once again, and 8 pitches coming here for Bolin in this at-bat.
Well, that's the point we've talked about, Derek, a lot, just in our conversations about the game of baseball, is coaches are really quick sometimes to pull people in situations where there's runners on. And
especially in conference games.
Especially conference games and stuff, they're really quick to pull the trigger. And sometimes you just got to let him work through it, and it's the best while he's in the rhythm just to keep him out there and let him work through it.
3-2. Fastball, and he drives it foul. I mean, really nice at-bat.
It doesn't help a reliever to come in with runners on second and third and just kind of be inputted into a situation in a game where he might not be all the way ready anyway, and so it's good to just keep out your warm pitcher out there and just let him keep working.
Yeah, because then a walk just implodes an entire inning because all of a sudden you've got the bases loaded, nobody out, something like that. 3-2 here once again to Brody Bolin, the cleanup hitter. Oh, it spikes in, and it's another wild pitch, and Rocco Haynes scores from third. This has just been a disaster from Steele Jackson on the mound here today. That was a really good at-bat by Brody Bolin. But you just can't do that stuff in a conference game. So Bo Morgan's going to courtesy run for Bolin down at first as Norwell's taking a 4-1 lead here today. And he just has not had the control. And Morgan is a guy that's attempted some stolen bases as well. Yeah, so by my count, 3 of the 4 wild pitches have directly resulted in runs for the Knights. Runner takes off. Pitch called a strike. Throw down to second is wide of the bag. Morgan will stop at second. And that's another stolen base for the Knights.
And like I said, Jackson's slower to the plate. And Leslie's slow to get out of the glove and hasn't shown he can throw anybody out yet. So just keep running. I mean, we talked about it at IWU yesterday. If you can steal bases in a conference game, it puts a lot of pressure on a pitcher.
Strike one to Bailey. Popped up. Foul. Out of play.
It means even more in a college conference game than a high school game, but even much so, even more so.
In a tournament situation.
Right,
as well.
In a tournament situation as well. Yeah, but a runner on second as a pitcher staring in the eyes of a Norwell runner as you're trying to pitch to a hitter is tough.
0-2, and Bailey's blown away with a fastball high, and Steele Jackson is hot as he comes across the foul line and back into the dugout. We are through 3. Norwell piles on 2 more to take a 4-1 lead to the 4th on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule you within 24 hours at any of our 19 convenient clinics. IPT has been a trusted part of your community for over 32 years. With trusted results, you can count on Indiana Physical Therapy to get you better, faster. You don't need a referral from your doctor, and all insurances are accepted, including Anthem. IPT is your choice for physical therapy. So what are you waiting for? Call Indiana Physical Therapy right now at 260-209-2464 to schedule an appointment, or go online to indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Well, Tim Murdoch apparently has not had his final say on the weird play that allowed Rocco Haynes to reach first. You know, there have been a series of weird events in this game that have taken place, including that one, which really extended the inning. Yeah, there's reason for Tim Murdoch to be griping, obviously. When you have that kind of an inning, you just want to go to bat for your pitcher a little bit. Thought he might have gotten squeezed on the 3-2 pitch, too, that led to a couple of Norwell runs in that inning. And so sometimes baseball just piles on like that. One thing after another can really lengthen some things out. But Brody Bolin's back to work in any case against the 6, 7, and 8 in the Dekalb order. Staley, Jordan, and Looney. Staley 1 for 1 with that little soft serve single into shallow center over the second base bag. Bolin misses on the first offering, his 43rd pitch of the day, and that's fouled off of Eli Riley's mask. And back to the screen, 1-1. But kind of to finish that point, that was an odd play anyway, and then, Jackson has just not had the control today. That's ball 2, bounced up there by Bolin.
Yeah, and to add on to that play, I mean, Jackson had a play at first and missed it by not even a half step. So,
yeah. Moses. Well, that's nowhere close to the strike zone. 3 balls and a strike. And there have been moments this year where the 4th inning has become the kryptonite of Bolin on the mound, and he issues a leadoff walk, and that is just a huge no-no. It's the second leadoff walk he's given out here today, but after you just got a 4-1 lead, that's something that you certainly want to be about the last thing you want to do. You'd rather put one in the zone and make somebody put good wood to it. But that's what's taking place here in the fourth, and here comes Logan Jordan, the second baseman. Stands in from the right side. First pitch, swing and a miss, and a much better pitch by Bolin that time. Logan Jordan is hitting just 174 on the year. He bunted his first time up, so I'm surprised that they didn't try to put the bunt on again. Now, they are down 3 at the moment. That could have played a factor. That just missed. 1-1. Norwell has just 1 hit in this game, and that's it. They've plated 4 runs on some really unfortunate mistakes by the Barons. 2-1 as that pitch is scooped out of there by Riley. And Norwell obviously does not have bullpen action yet. We're only in the 4th. But Bolin hitting the 50 pitch mark with that one. Checks the runner, 2-1. This ball lifted high in the air towards left, down the line. It's being checked up by the wind. It drops. Foul? And it must have been just foul because Tim Murdoch isn't griping much down there. There's a little bit of a crest where we can't see the line. We got a good look down the third base line, and it dropped foul by inches. So Jordan, on a normal day, without the wind holding that thing up, would have had a much better chance to nestle that thing inside the foul pole. Instead, 2 balls and 2 strikes, and it dropped about 15 feet in front of that 3-15 sign. Staley staying put at first. 2-2 is blocked. More good plate discipline showcased by Logan Jordan. Jordan, as we mentioned, only 174, and he's only got 1 double on the year. 1 extra base hit. And he almost put that thing down into the corner. 3-2, and he hits it.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. That boy 5. Yeah, we ate him.
So Bolin comes back and walks the leadoff hitter, then plunks the 174 hitter to put Blake Luty at the plate with 2 on and nobody out. And Jamie Feldheiser's going to take a trip to the mound.
And if we remember back to Luty's first at bat, he had that gorgeous push bunt.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd probably bunt him again. He shows pretty disciplined bunting.
Right. He forced Bolin to make a good play, or the bases would have been loaded.
So try to force him to make that play again. What's Luty batting?
250.
250. Again, 1 double.
Yeah, not a lot of extra base power at the bottom of this lineup, but Jordan showcased a little bit there. Jamie Feldheiser's got the entire infield pulled together right here. It's 4-1 in the top of the 4th inning. Theron Butler's going to start strolling out to the mound. Norwell does not have anything stirring in the bullpen. Other games around the league today, we got Columbia City taking on East Noble and Kendallville. Belmont's at New Haven and Huntington North's at Leo. The last one is really the one to watch, Huntington North at Leo. The Vikings are 6-10 on the season, but they're still 2-1 in the league after that first loss to Dekalb. So they've got a chance to take down Leo, and maybe one of the last good chances other than this Dekalb team. So Luty's in. First pitch is bunted, and this time it's foul. So good call, Alex, on that. Luty, and I'd still bunt him. I don't see any reason to take the bunt away here.
Yeah, this might be a situation where the first one's more of a bunt for the hit, bunt for a hit type of feel, and this one might be more of a sacrifice, get out there early.
If you've got that kind of confidence in a guy to lay it down, then you can allow him to do that. Pair of looks, strike 1. He's not bunting and takes strike 2 at the knees. Well, Bolin makes a good pitch. He was going to allow him to bunt that thing, and Luty didn't. Very intrigued. The strike 2. Oh, breaking pitch. An awkward-looking swing. Back pick to first, and Riley throws it into right. And Logan Jordan stays put at the bag, and it allows Staley to move up to third. That is an error by the catcher. And really not a bad play there, as Jordan was going to be close to being out with a better throw. But Riley tosses it into center, or into right. So he does get the strikeout on a bad-looking swing from Ludy. But now runners at the corners and 1 out. First pitch down and blocked by Riley once again.
Yeah, there's times where, I mean, Eli Riley's a good catcher, and obviously is, or otherwise he wouldn't be going to St. Francis. But he tries to do a little bit too much with trying to keep runners honest, and I get Jordan was off the bag a little bit there too much, but with a runner in front of him, I wouldn't worry too much about him.
High and tight to Dobson, 2-0. Bolin continues to fall behind hitters here, and that's at some point, and especially with the top of the order waiting on deck, those are the guys that can really make you pay, as they already showcased in the first inning. Emke and Knack both had doubles in the first. Fastball downstairs, 3-0. With the leadoff hitter waiting on deck, and Leslie's had 2 bad at-bats today, with a couple of little nubbers right out in front of the plate. And that's a good hitter. Top of the zone there, that's a gift.
Right. So I guess if you do lose Thompson here and blow the bases, Leslie still has the potential to ground out into an inning-ending double play. But
Dobson pops it up, and this is going to reach Norwell Road.
But you really don't want to bank on Leslie having a third bat at bat.
No, you can't.
At the top
you
of the order.
Can't.
You can't. So you have to go get him right now.
Well, Dobson has a team-high 14 walks. Okay? He's also got a team-high 14 strikeouts. This is a guy that doesn't put the ball in play very much. And he's run the count full here with 1 out. Fastball inside. Just off the plate. Great eye by Bryce Dobson, and he loads the bases with 1 out. Well, we're going to see what Alex Leslie's made of right here, because he is hitting with the bases packed full of Barons and 1 out in a situation where he is the go-ahead run at the plate. Now, again, we talked about the fact that it's going to be very difficult to get 1 out of here today. But Leslie does have 1 big fly on the year. Ball 1, and that wasn't even close from Bolin once again. Pair of ground outs right in front of the plate, both within 10 feet of the dish. Both barely made it off the apron from Alex Leslie. But again, he's going to work ahead in the count, the 1-0. Ball 2 in the eyes of Leslie, and Eli Riley will call time and go out to the mound. This is becoming a taxing inning and a taxing day on both starting pitchers here today. Both starters are at 64 pitches right now, and we're in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, that's definitely something to be concerned about if you're both coaching staffs. And
Norwell, especially when you have 3 conference games this week.
Right.
And
have to go
5 in a row.
Yeah, hopefully you don't have to go too deep in the pitching well, because it doesn't run very deep. And
no.
But gotta get Leslie right here.
There's a strike call, bottom of the knees.
And especially with Leslie's at bats today, like if you're Brody Bolin, you have to just keep finding the zone, because he hasn't shown he can put any type of solid contact on any of your pitches.
Bolin stares in, delivers the 2-1 pitch, fastball, catches the inside corner, strike 2. Well, he got the big strikeout with runners at second and third and 1 out in the top of the second inning. Dekalb's other biggest threat today. And can he get another one right here? It'd be huge. 2-2. Fastball called. Strike 3. Leslie can't believe it. A side eye and a head shake back at the home plate umpire Theron Butler, including a comment on his way out. And Leslie strikes out looking. The 3rd time he's been set down. And now 2 gone with the bases loaded for Dekalb here in this 4th inning.
Yeah, that's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing they got the second out, but a curse because Emke's up.
Fastball grounded towards the shortstop, scooped up by Rocco Haynes. Throw on the run. They got him by a step at first, and Bolin works out of the jam again. Well, it was mostly a self-inflicted jam by Brody Bolin. He loaded the bases in the top of the 4th, but he gets the top 2 hitters, Leslie and Emke, on a strikeout and a ground out, and the side is retired in the 4th. More big missed opportunities by the Barons, and the Knights lead 4-1 on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network.
I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic in Bluffton. My goal with chiropractic treatment is to make you feel and function better by providing neurostructural corrections to help put your spine back into alignment, to strengthen your nerve system, and to relieve nerve pain. We strive to help you heal and stay healthy for years to come. Our full-service chiropractic team in Bluffton provides corrective exercises, lifestyle advice, along with spinal and postural screenings.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nick Altair, and I'm proud to join the team here at Corrective Chiropractic. Our goal is to figure out what is causing your pain and restore movement to the optimal level. From infants to older adults, chiropractic is a safe way to manage growing pains and other body trauma. Did you know that chiropractic care can strengthen your overall immune system? Give us a call at 260-353-1400. Chiropractic care can help you on your journey to the best version of you.
Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza, Bluffton, Indiana.
Bottom of the fourth here at Norwell, 4-1 here in Ossian. Norwell is on top, but Alex, it doesn't feel like Norwell has a 4-1 lead. It doesn't feel like they've had the hits to go with it today. Obviously, as you can see on your screen, just one hit for the Knights. Dekalb has had the better chances today, and the wild pitches by Steele Jackson have been the difference in the ball game to this point. Again, doesn't feel like Norwell deserves to be ahead right now, but they are. And if you can find a way to plate a couple of more runs, it's all the better cushion for the Norwell pitching staff, which has had their own struggles today as well.
Yeah, like we said in the pregame show and early in the game, we're just going to have to play baseball today. And unfortunately, baseball is an unforgiving sport, so you can have one hit and end up winning the game 4-1 or indifferent. So, again, if you're DeKalb, they've been able to piece a couple hits together in the first inning, and their top of the order has been pretty solid. But leaving 3 runners on base there is not a recipe for success in a conference game.
They've left 7 aboard in the first 4 innings, including 2 in scoring position in the second, and 1 in scoring position in the first. The 2-0 fastball, get me over, strike call at the knees.
Theron Butler's showed that he'll call that.
Oh, every single time,
so
100% of the time.
And as a hitter on a 2-0 count, I'll take that strike. That's fine.
Up and away, 3-1. This guy hasn't found the zone much either. I mean, we have really labored today. We're 67 minutes into the game, and we're halfway through. In a conference game, usually these things are moving. Guys are throwing strikes. Well, there's a check swing by Wathen. He went too far around. 3-2 to him. Took strike 3 looking his first time up on a pitch that was a breaking ball that dropped right into the strike zone. The payoff. Blew him away with a fastball. Second time Wathen's out on strikes.
And this bottom third plus some has been a question mark for the Knights the whole year, and it continues.
Well, here comes Cade Shelton for the Knights. Bats from the left side, get that wide open stance. First pitch to him is fouled away back over Norwell Road. It's a lot of room down the lines in shallow territory here in Norwell. It gets more narrow as you go down the third and first base lines into left and right. That ball's grounded towards the shortstop. This could be routine, although Shelton's got good speed. The throw by Eric Emke is strong, and out is Shelton by a step. 2 gone.
Yeah, that ball, not a ton of pace on that ball. Heading to the shortstop, Emke kind of waited on it and gave the long-legged Shelton a better chance to run that out than probably what should have been.
Yeah, but Emke makes it look routine, doesn't he?
That's
a collegiate baseball player.
Yeah.
So first pitch to Bustle is called a strike. Bustle walked his first time up on 4 pitches. There's ball up and away. Bustle has really not been a guy that's drawn that many base on balls. Well, it's only 6 on the year for him. And a team high 18 strikeouts, hitting as the DH in the 8 spot today for the Knights. The 1-1. Fastball down. Bustle has kind of worked his way into that role. More of the DH role here in the back half of the regular season. This is the first of 5 straight conference games here for Norwell, with Huntington North and East Noble coming up Thursday and Friday of this week. 2-1, outside 3-1. Belmont, Columbia City, and Northrop wrap up the Norwell regular season. And then the sectional takes place, Norwell kicking things off Wednesday against Marion at Belmont. Game they won 10-0 early in the season. 3-1 to Bustle. And it's called a strike on the inner half, 3-2.
Dog there.
You love what we can pick up in here sometimes. I mean, pay off to Bustle. Man, didn't miss by much, but Bustle was off the first in a hurry, so obviously the pitch must have been off the plate. That's the second walk of the day drawn by Crew Bustle, and it extends this fourth inning for Luke McBride.
Yeah, that one's a little close there to be taken on a 2-strike count, but nonetheless.
It's off the plate.
It's off the plate. It's off the plate. So is that.
Strike one called, bottom of the zone to McBride. And Leslie yanked that one away. Thought about testing Bustle's awareness down there at first. So just kind of swept that pitch away. That was high and tight. Way inside to Luke McBride. 1-1.
Luke McBride, a real good hitter here going the other way. Really takes the ball. Middle oppo. Not very many times has he pulled the ball.
1-1. He shoots this thing towards the right fielder, and it's off his glove, and it bounces toward the line. This is going to score Bustle. McBride chugging towards second. He pulls in. Bustle scores, and the Knights tack on another run. Well, that's a hard-hit double for Luke McBride. Ludi gave a great effort at it. It just went off the tip of his glove. So give McBride an RBI two-bagger. McBride hits just his fourth double of the year, his 18th RBI, and the Knights lead it 5-1.
Yeah, just as I mentioned, loves to go the other way, and that was a good example of it there, keeping the hands, or casting the hands out into the zone and bringing the bat barrel through and scoring Bustle from first. They're good. Again, Bustle with a head start there on the steal.
There's another wild pitch. It bounces toward the dugout, and they're going to try to score. McBride from second. It doesn't bounce in, and McBride scores. And Steele Jackson is just beside himself again as he snaps back the baseball from his catcher, Leslie. That ball just bounced in once again, and he just scored two. He just scored from second, 2 bases on a wild pitch, his 5th wild pitch of the day, and he makes it 6-1 as the bases are emptied. Man, on just 2 Norwell hits today. Swing and a miss by Riley.
Yeah, just some misfortune there, too.
Well, it is misfortune, but it's hard to believe that so many have missed by so far today for Jackson. The 1-1, and he plunks him. Oh, boy. Riley whips that bat away, discards the Evo shield as well. There was some power behind that thing. That was a helicopter back toward the third base dugout. He was not pleased about that, and Riley kind of gave an extra little look down at Steele Jackson. Huh.
Matching attitudes there, I feel like a little bit. Steele Jackson's had that kind of attitude today when things aren't going well, and
yeah, but it's all been self-inflicted.
That's right, but
I mean all of it. Other than the one error, that's it, and it really didn't have that big of an impact. It's been the wild pitches that have been a problem today. So now, on the day, when you look at Jackson's line,
he's going to run the run here. Just going to let you know that right now.
Well,
I think he's going to run.
That's appreciated tip. There he goes. Fastball downstairs. The throw down to second, and it's not even close. And Emke wasn't even close to the bag. Stolen base once again.
Sorry to interrupt you there. Just
the
look in his eye, didn't matter if he was getting the sign or not. He was going.
Well, him and Jackson haven't really. Wow. Well, Jackson just stepped off and looked at us some more. This is great.
This is awesome. I love this.
This is
good
great.
Baseball right here.
It is a conference game. Norwell has opened this thing up 6-1 on 2 hits today, and one of those was rather generous scorekeeping hit given in the first one of the day. Then the double. In fact, both of Norwell's hits have drawn leather today by the outfielders. And, it's just been a frustrating day for Jackson, but he hasn't helped himself. Back to that line comment, 5 walks, 5 wild pitches, and he plunked Riley there for the first time. So, that is just way too many free passes to be issuing out in a game like this when you have a Norwell offense that's, again, really not at its best today. Only a couple of hits, and one of those is from the 9-hitter. Granted, McBride's not a normal 9-hitting kind of guy, but big RBI down there, and he's the reason that this inning continued. Then McBride scored from second on the wild pitch. He took 2 bases on the same wild pitch. It spun towards the Norwell dugout and came all the way around. So the second visit out there, Steele Jackson still on the mound, 2-0 to Luke Graff with Riley away from second, ball 3 just below the zone.
And we mentioned, in the pregame and even during the game, these are comparable teams here, so even more frustrating for Dekalb, and that you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot here against a team that you feel like you can go get.
Sure. 4-pitch walk to Graff. Walk number 6 by Jackson. That is the 88th pitch by Jackson, and we're only in the top of the 5th inning.
At the plate, shortstop Rocco Haynes.
And now here's a hitter that can really do bust this thing wide
You really
open
don't want to throw a strike to this guy. Although he's doesn't have a hit yet. Well, he flies this thing towards right, down the line. Going over is the right fielder, Ludi, towards the line. He dives, and he can't make the catch. And 1 run is in. Turning around third is Graff. Rocco Haynes is off to third himself. 2 runs are in on the triple by Rocco Haynes, scoring 2, and the Knights have busted it open. It's 8-1.
I mean, I don't know. I might go buy a lottery ticket after this game. Again, Rocco Haynes, a really nice swing going the other way. Ludi gave a kind of ill-advised dive there. I think I would have tried to play that off the hop. Maybe could have held Graff there at first. Probably not, though, with the way Graff runs.
Yeah, and 2 outs, too. So, that's one where you can give it an effort there. Oh, first pitch is sliced over the center fielder, and that's a base hit for Brody Bolin. Dropped right in front of Bryce Dobson over the second base bag, and that's another run as the Knights lead it 9-1 now here in the 4th.
And when it rains, it pours, am I right? For Dekalb, it turned into a kind of a bloodbath here, and Knights a couple hits to tie it up at 4-piece hit-wise.
Well, Rocco Haynes tallies just his second triple of the year. Gave him 2 more RBIs for numbers 31 and 32. Leighton Bailey is in now. Brody Bolin picks up RBI number 23. And first pitch is high and tight to Bailey, and Jackson still can't find the zone. But, again, Alex, I don't think there's nobody down there for Dekalb. They just ride this guy until they can't anymore. Obviously, there's a ground ball towards third. It's scooped up, and Nolan Knack makes a 1-hop throw to first in time to retire Bailey, and finally the side is retired, but not before the Knights rip off 5 more runs in the 4th, and they've widened this lead to 9-1 heading to the 5th on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Always going to have sibling rivalry, and it's no different with the Heidi brothers. They went and built 2 dealerships right next to each other and filled them up with new Chevys, Jeeps, Buicks, Chryslers, Dodge Rams, and more. And some of the best late model pre-owned vehicles around, just so they could compete for your business with service, selection, and price. The choice is yours. Heidi Automotive Group in Bluffton, just 20 minutes south of Fort Wayne.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
We're in the top of the 5th. Norwell leading Dekalb 9-1 here in Ossian. 55 degrees this afternoon and a little bit breezy, but that has not stopped a decent little crowd that's made its way out here to Norwell today. And Norwell themselves have a big lead now, 9-1, and it just does not feel like that kind of ball game at all. Norwell has just 4 hits on the day. 6 walks, a hit batter, 5 wild pitches offered by this man right here, Steele Jackson, who leads things off for the 5th inning. He's got to be frustrated as all get out here today. He grounded into a fielder's choice, popped up and fouled out to third his first time up. Ball one from Bolin. And this is where you've got to challenge this dude. And he'll probably swing out of his shoes, and he does. And he hits a towering fly ball towards the left. It's routine for Brett Wathen, shading to his left, the wind pushing it, and he makes a one-handed grab for out number one.
Yeah, it's just one of those days for Steele Jackson where it feels like the game of baseball is just against you today.
Yeah.
But like you said, self-inflicted in many ways. And it's tough.
It is.
But go back to your point about it not feeling like a 9-1 game and like Norwell should be up 9-1. Barron's leaving 7 on. Hasn't helped. And
nope.
Really haven't strung any hits together besides the 2 doubles in the first inning.
That's right. Ball one here to Nolan Knack. Knack is off to trying to play baseball next year. 431 hitter, 18 ribbies. The ball one. That ball's lined towards left field, and it's a base hit. And Wathen is over to cut it off. Knack around first, and he will put on the brakes. Rocco Haynes is going to try to test him back there into first and make Knack slide in head first. But it's a one-out single for Nolan Knack on a line drive to left. 5th hit of the day for the Barons, so they're out hitting Norwell, and it's 9-1. Parker Smith swings through the first pitch.
Yeah, Smith had that fly out there to Cade Shelton.
That's deep.
Deep fly, yeah, near the 2007 state sign.
Riley got crossed up there a little bit. Couldn't decide on what to do. The pitch wasn't that bad. It was a fastball that was shooting for the knees, but Riley turned the glove over. 1-1 with Nolan Knack out there first. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Well, that drops in. Nice pitch. 1-2. Well, Norwell is, if you can believe it, 2 runs away if they can hold Dekalb scoreless here from getting out of here early. And that could be a big deal later in the week. 1-2, he got him lean, and he grounds it towards the shortstop, and Rocco Haynes boots it. He had it in his glove, and then he just tried to turn that thing too quick. He was looking for the quick turn. It would have had to have been really speedy to get Nolan Knack and then to have any chance of getting Parker Smith at first. And so that's an error on Rocco Haynes. Haynes commits his 5th error of the season, and that puts 2 aboard with 1 out. First pitch fouled away by Logan Staley. But going back to that point, Norwell can get out of this inning. It could save some pitching. Brody Bolin obviously will be unavailable for the rest of the week after today. This is number 78. Ooh, ball 1 in the dirt. They're going to try to get him at third. Boy, that was a hose thrown by Eli Riley, but they don't get him. Knack is sliding in safely. Riley absolutely gunned that thing right on point down at third. But the ball just kind of squirted away from him a little bit too far. It's a wild pitch from Bolin, and now the double play is off.
Yeah, I'm going to be a little picky here on Leighton Bailey, and that's a throw there
cut it off.
in a play where, yeah, he kind of went and caught the ball out front. That's one I think I'd let it try to travel a little bit.
Ground ball right side hits the lip and pops up into right field. That's a base hit. And they'll get it in quickly. Will Cade Shelton out there, but that's going to score Knack from third. First and third now on the 6th hit of the day for DeKalb. Logan Staley gets the RBI single. He's reached for the 3rd time now. He's had himself a nice little afternoon on the ground ball to the right side. And here comes Logan Jordan now with 1 away in a 9-2 ball game. First pitch downstairs, 1-0. Well, needless to say, I don't think DeKalb's going to try to test the arm of Eli Riley any further today. Most teams haven't, really. 8 of 13 guys have been stolen out. Words are hard some days.
They are.
Ball 1 have been gunned down at second by Riley, caught stealing. 2-0 to Jordan. That was pitch number 81. 48 for strikes. There was bullpen action now for DeKalb. Might make a pitching change. Jackson at 92 pitches. The 2-0. Catches the inside black for a strike call on Jordan. And he leaves that one downstairs, 3-1. And he loads the bases. Man. Well, here comes Dave Goodmiller. Don't know if we'll have the hook with him. Leighton Bailey, I guess, is warm. That was a while ago when he got hot. Bolin walks his fourth hitter. He has 4 strikeouts today as well, but this has just been a day where he hasn't had all that much command either. He's just found a way to work out a situation. It's the reason he's got the lead right now, because Dekalb has had all kinds of activity on the bases, and that is going to be it for Brody Bolin. They're going to make the change. Leighton Bailey coming on to pitch for the Knights, and we'll have that for you when we come back. 1 out, the bases loaded for the Barons in the 5th.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule you within 24 hours at any of our 19 convenient clinics. IPT has been a trusted part of your community for over 32 years. With trusted results, you can count on Indiana Physical Therapy to get you better, faster. You don't need a referral from your doctor, and all insurances are accepted, including Anthem. IPT is your choice for physical therapy. So what are you waiting for? Call Indiana Physical Therapy right now at 260-209-2464 to schedule an appointment, or go online to indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
The Knights have made a pitching change here in the top of the 5th. Neither starter has been sharp today. It's 9-2. Bolin has certainly had the better day of the 2 men, but he is out now with Leighton Bailey coming on in relief. Alex Bailey is making his 7th appearance, his 3rd out of the pen, a team-high 23 innings pitched, an ERA of 1.83, a pitch-to-contact guy, just 14 strikeouts in 23 innings, but also just 4 walks. So you more than likely think you're going to get a lot of strikes from Bailey, but bases loaded here. Got to be careful to the 8-hitter, Blake Ludy.
Yeah, if you're Norwell defense, heads up out there, boys. You're gonna get some action out there, because Leighton Bailey, like you said, pitches to contact, and you might have a chance to get out of this inning here on just the first couple pitches here of Leighton's outing.
Well, the first offering to Ludy, and he grounds it foul. So Bailey went 5 innings to complete game. It turned out to be a complete game in Norwell's 12-0 win at Adams Central last Wednesday, and he only had 1 strikeout. So that just kind of is a testament to that. Just a ground ball, fly ball kind of guy. Strike 1 here coming from Bailey. Checks the runner at third, delivers the pitch. It's off speed, grounded towards third, and it gets under Bolin's glove. He'll try to beat the runner to the bag, and he can't. And that's an error on Brody Bolin that scores another run. A ground ball to third. Bolin tried to backhand it, stopped it from going into left field, but that does score the run, and it's 9-3. This just has the makings of a really big inning here, because the top of the order is coming around, and this could get ugly in a hurry here for Norwell if they're not careful. Foul ball by Bryce Dobson. Just caught a piece of it. Fouls it towards the Norwell dugout. This thing is a long ways from being over. It's only the 5th inning, and yeah, it's a 6-run lead. It was 8 coming into this inning. And how many stops can DeKalb get? I don't know. But this is, again, huge situation, and there's strike 2 as Dobson fouls it back to the screen. You wonder if DeKalb had been able to convert on some of their early opportunities. This could be really tight right now.
Yeah, this could be a way different ball game, and it still can be a way different ball game if Bobson finds some grass here, and might give Emke a chance here in this inning, the hard hitting.
You don't want to do that.
We talked about Norwell potentially going for a run rule to Norwell just trying to hold on to a lead.
Ball 1 off the plate. Riley stuck it, but it was outside. 1-2 to Dobson. Bailey stares in. The 1-2 pitch to the 9-hitting Dobson, and he flies it out towards left center field, going over his Wathen. He makes the grab. Runner tags from third, and they can't shoot him at second, so it's a sacrifice fly for Dobson. Logan Jordan was way off the bag at second, and if the throw had gone right to second, they might have had a chance at getting him. Anyway, Staley scores from third to make it 9-4. Sacrifice fly, 2 gone here in the DeKalb 5th.
Yeah, that's almost Coach Goodmiller will tell you that's more of an error on Wathen there. He could have shot to second there, and they would have been out of the inning.
Ball 1 to Alex Leslie. This has been, try to keep it somewhat positive on this broadcast, but there's just not a lot of great things to say about Leslie's at-bats today. 2 numbers and a strikeout looking with the bases loaded. And he pops this thing up in foul territory. Here comes Riley, and instead he's called off by Bolin, and he sticks it. And Leslie has grounded out twice, 10 feet in front of the plate, struck out looking, and fouled out with 2 runners on. That's a heck of an afternoon in the leadoff spot. 3 runs for Dekalb in the 5th. 9-4 Norwell on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Soaring high above, exploring our planet. Professional timepiece designed to take flight. Citizen ProMaster. Go beyond.
Daniel's Jewelers on North Main Street in Bluffton, where personal service and trust become part of the memory. Are you taking the first step towards a healthier you, or are you just tired of the same workout? From beginners to fitness veterans, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. We offer a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and so much more. Have peace of mind when you work out with childcare available. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is so much more. Join today. Visit fwymca.org.
Back at Norwell, pitching change for DeKalb as well. Bryce Dobson comes from center and goes to the mound. Steele Jackson replaces him in center, so a switch there. Dobson comes in today, making his 4th appearance on the year. That's it. He's only given 11 innings of work, a 3.09 ERA, 8 strikeouts to 2 walks. So 8 Ks in 11 innings. Again, not a high strikeout kind of guy. Black long sleeves. He's wearing sunglasses on the mound today. And Brett Wathen will lead things off for Norwell. Then Cade Shelton and Crew Bustle here in the Norwell 5th. A little bit of work to do. Still have plenty of a cushion. It's 9-4. DeKalb tallied 3 runs in the top of this inning, thanks to a pair of Norwell errors and some couple of walks and just some things that DeKalb has done all day as well. So it's just one of those days for both of these teams. These are a pair of this is the upper echelon of the Northeast 8, save for Leo, who has a step on the rest of the conference without a doubt, as they showcased here in Ossian several weeks ago. First pitch up high to Wathen. But it's a team in DeKalb that is almost always fundamentally sound, and same thing for Norwell. This is not the kind of game that you would expect from these two, especially in a league matchup. Strike 1 at the bottom of the knees to Wathen. But that's what we've gotten here today. DeKalb is 3-0 coming into this afternoon's game in the conference, and 12-7 overall after the sweep of Huntington North on Saturday. 1-1, slice foul out of play right side. 1-2.
Bobson with kind of a weird delivery to the plate there, kind of at the top of his hold, kind of holds it a little bit, and then takes a real slow stride towards the plate.
Dobson back into his wind, the 1-2. Wow. That was the slowest pitch we've seen today by a long, wide margin, is off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Wathen. He struck out twice, once looking and once swinging in that order. Fastball, punched foul again. 94 minutes into the contest. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 9-4 Norwell. 9 runs on 4 hits, 3 errors, 2 left for the Knights. 4 runs on 6 hits, an error, 9 left for DeKalb. Ball 3 downstairs. A run in the 1st and 3 in the 5th for DeKalb. 1 each in the 1st and the 2nd, then 2 in the 3rd and 4 in the 5th for Norwell. They've scored in all 4 of their offensive chances here today. 3-2 here to Brett Wathen, and that's ball 4 upstairs. Only the 3rd walk in 11 innings issued by Bryce Dobson. And again, it's just one of those things where these are guys that don't normally walk hitters. It's not been a result of a small strike zone today. It's just been missing by a lot. And the free passes continue to mount here for DeKalb today. That's the 7th walk issued by Barron pitching today.
It's kind of baffling. Like, there's no real weather concern or anything like that that would cause a pitcher to not find the zone. And Mr. Butler behind the plate has been He's a pretty good zone.
Yeah, he's great zone.
Great zone for high school.
1-0. Shelton lifts this into left center. Coming over is Jackson. Now Caden Greer. Jackson calls him off in shallow center. Wind pushing that thing back, towards the second base bag. And so Shelton pops up for the first out of the inning here. And that gives way to Crew Bustle with one away.
Ironic that Steele Jackson puts a squeeze on that one when Bryson Bobson couldn't do it for him earlier in the game.
Right. Ball one down and in. You know, I didn't notice the sunglasses earlier from Dobson.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's just a pitching thing or what, but I didn't notice him earlier. I'm pretty sure he was probably wearing them if he's wearing them now. Of course, he's looking right into the sun at the moment. Didn't necessarily need him while at the plate. Bustle just catches a piece, 1-1. Swing and a miss, runner on the move, throw down to second. They're going to gun Wathen. Well, Wathen didn't get a very good jump at all right there. And so swing and a miss by Bustle. Now the bases are wiped empty as Wathen is caught stealing for the first time this season. One ball and two strikes with 2 outs in a 9-4 game, bottom of the 5th inning. Oh, man, that was almost an eephus. And Bustle keeps his bat back and drives it into center. Nice piece of hitting by Crew Bustle, who has 2 walks and reaches for the 3rd time today. And I'm telling you, that was like the slowest changeup of all time from Bryce Dobson. The 5th Norwell hit of the game, and the 1st for Bustle.
Yeah, just keeping the hands back just long enough to knife it into the center field there.
Here comes the 9-hitter Luke McBride, who had the double earlier today that drove in a run. Fouls this one straight back to the screen.
Do have a score from the JV game up there in DeKalb. JV won 4-2. Lane Lewis complete game.
Good for him.
On the mound.
Lewis has gotten a little bit of varsity time this year. 5 2/3 innings. The strike one. That's on the outer reaches of the zone there to Mr. McBride, 0-2. Bustle not a threat to run at first. He's got a shallow lead. Wathen was already caught stealing in this inning. The strike 2. Not by a lot. Is it off the plate? Ball 1 to McBride. Nice eye. Norwell has struck out today as a team 5 times. And that's fewer than the number of walks they've drawn, so that's always a good afternoon at the plate. 1-2 again, that slow changeup, and McBride pops it up in the infield. Dobson is called off by Staley looking into the sun for out number 3. It's the first time Norwell's been turned away without a run. We've hit the 6th inning. Norwell on top of DeKalb in a conference game 9-4 on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network and the IHSAA Champions Network.
Always going to have sibling rivalry, and it's no different with the Heidi brothers. They went and built 2 dealerships right next to each other and filled them up with new Chevys, Jeeps, Buicks, Chryslers, Dodge Rams, and more. And some of the best late model pre-owned vehicles around, just so they could compete for your business with service, selection, and price. The choice is yours. Heidi Automotive Group in Bluffton, just 20 minutes south of Fort Wayne.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
Well, as we hit the 6th finally here in Ossian, if we gave you a score update from the JV that started at the same time, what does that tell you about the pace of this game? And Eric Emke leads things off for the Barons, who got 3 in the top of the 5th inning. Then Jackson and Knack. This is the most dangerous part of the DeKalb order against Leighton Bailey, the first time they've seen him.
Might see the JV bus roll in here before we get done with this one.
And it's not like it's been terrible,
No.
but we are an hour and 40 minutes in. That's rather uncommon for a conference game. First pitch is lifted in the air, shallow center. McBride going back, and it falls in no man's land off the end of the bat of Emke, but it drops in for his third hit of the day.
Yeah, not a ton of solid contact there, just
No.
enough to find a patch of grass out there.
That's, again, what could happen sometimes, though, against Leighton Bailey, is he's going to serve stuff into the strike zone. And Emke got lucky there. And there's ball one off the plate and in the dirt. Steele Jackson watches it.
Jackson's going to have a chance again to swing the bat, how aggressive he wants to, or as aggressive as he wants to. Probably calm down a little bit down there in center
I would
field.
hope so. Well, I don't
Nope.
think he's calmed down. Riley's behind the plate, and he makes the grab as Jackson slams the bat into the ground. And the frustrating day continues for Steele Jackson.
I know, that would have been interesting if it interfered with Riley making the play. That would have been an interesting talking point, but
Yeah, I appreciate those kind of plays.
yeah.
Try to bring more of those up as we move on. Quick pickoff move by Bailey. Did have a scenario this weekend where there was a first base coach who was a player, was injured and just couldn't play that day, whatever. Ball one down and away to Nolan Knack, who has a double, a single, and a line out to McBride. So he's kind of immobilized, but he was standing outside the box and did end up interfering with a foul ball. 1-0 as Bailey comes set, delivers the pitch. It's fouled straight back to the screen once again, 1-1. Knack, the a future member of the Thunder up at Trine. They've had a really good baseball program for quite some time. They've been up and down through the ebbs and flows of several seasons, but they have been nationally ranked in the past. The 1-1 upstairs to them, 2-1. Emke over there at first, 6 stolen bases on the year for him. Dekalb has tested Riley's arm, obviously much less than Norwell has tested the arm of Alex Leslie. And Leslie's kind of gotten hosed behind the plate today. The 2-1 downstairs is behind him 3-1. And what I mean by that is just Jackson couldn't find the zone consistently at all. And when he missed by a lot. A lot of spike balls tossed up there. And, you know, Leslie was really working hard and doing what he could, but there's only so much you can do with a 56-footer. Strike two to Nolan Knack, and relatively surprised that Knack didn't pull the trigger right there on the 3-1 pitch with the runner at first. One out here, top of the 6th. Norwell up 9-4. Bailey another pickoff toss, a jump move to send Emke back in with the head first slide. The wind has really calmed down since the start of our game here today. The sun continues to shine. The 3-2 pitch line down the left field line, and it's turning foul. Knack out in front by just a little bit. Just a nice afternoon by April standards. It's a little cool for May. 54 degrees at first pitch here today. Sun still plenty high in the sky. We've got, even though we're an hour and 43 minutes in, we got plenty of time to get this thing in since we're sans lights here at Norwell. 3-2 again, missed high, and that's a walk for Nolan Knack. An uncharacteristic one, only the 5th issued in 24 innings by Leighton Bailey this year. And 2 now are on for Parker Smith, who's put the ball in play twice, but hasn't reached, except for once on an error, to Rocco Haynes. Ground ball here, though, could get him out of the inning. Emke leads away from second. Rocco just token pressure to hold him on. This ball lifted in the air towards left, and it's hooking foul and out of play. And it got the Gator. That's, well, it's actually, I don't think it's Emily down there.
No.
Might be the intern. But it looked like it caught the hood of the Gator, which has been crashed before. Yeah. That is a...
There goes Emily, too.
Yeah, yep. That is their Gator that was purchased. Strike one, back by FWO back in the day. 1-1 to Parker Smith. Gator's been through a lot, man. and we've all driven it from time to time, so it's been the Norwell Community Gator for quite some time. Downstairs, Riley back to first, and Leidig can't hang on to it, and it trickles into right. Well, we've already had one of those today, and it's going to cost Norwell once again. It's the 4th Norwell error, and the 2nd of the day by Eli Riley.
And I just don't know what for there. I mean, the ball wouldn't have even beat Knack back, and that was a tongue twister. But and Josiah Light didn't really have a good play on it.
2-1 is slapped towards the left side. Bolin gives a diving effort. So does Rocco Haynes, but it dribbles into left for a base hit. It finds the hole between short and third, and so it's an RBI for Parker Smith, scoring Emke from third to make it 9-5 as Dekalb draws a little bit closer.
Number 7, Logan Staley.
Come on, Staley.
Not a lot of solid contact in this inning, but that one was in the right spot for Parker Smith, and Staley can make this thing really interesting with a gap shot here. I mean, this game is still far from over. It was 9-1 heading into the 5th inning. Dekalb has slowly chipped away at the lead. First pitch fastball inside half called a strike to Staley, who has singled twice and walked. Reached all 3 times, once to center, once to right. Long stare in by Bailey. Set below the chin, strike 1 pitch, slapped at, grounded right side slowly. McBride charging, slips on the cut out of the grass and can't make the play. And it's an infield single for Logan Staley to load the bases with 1 out here in the 6th.
Yeah, the nice new side claims its first victim of the year, and Luke McBride in a tough spot, and now the bases are loaded.
And McBride would have had a tough play to get him on the run anyway, charging. And it's a little bit of a slow roller again. And it's not completely solid contact by Logan Staley. And Logan Jordan, the hitter now, who has been walked twice and hit by a pitch. So he has not put a ball into play yet. But one in play here in the outfield could make this thing a tight ball game. First pitch lifted in the air towards left, but he got under it. Brett Wathen towards the gap. He's being called off by Graft. Graft will make the catch in the left center field gap. That will score Nolan Knack from third. It's a sacrifice fly for Logan Jordan, who's gotten good wood on a couple of balls here today. And so he is smiling as he comes back to the dugout, and credit him with an RBI.
Yeah, hung up there in the air and drifted towards center field. Luke Graft under it, and Dekalb again continues to chip away, and still only hit away from continuing to chip away at this lead.
Strike 1 to Ludi. 0 for 2, but a really nice sacrifice bunt early in the game. Then a strikeout, and then reached on an error to Brody Bolin his last time up, down at third. Oh, he's way out in front of that pitch, and Ludi's behind 0-2. Bailey comes set, strike 2 pitch. He's out in front again, grounds it weakly towards the shortstop. Rocco Haynes charges, bare hands it, and has no play. And the bases are juiced for Bryce Dobson. Another infield single for the Barons, and now the go-ahead run comes to the plate here in the 6th inning for Dekalb.
Again, how many of these little tinker hits can Dekalb get and keep the train moving? I mean, that's at least 2 or 3 in this inning. That's discouraging as a pitcher, but you can't really do anything about it.
No.
I mean, that's a good pitch. You had him way out in front.
Yeah, another ground ball is what you need here to get out of here, and he pops him up on the first pitch. Dobson toward the back of the infield. McBride calling everybody off and hauls it in. And McBride ends the inning as Bailey can wipe a couple of beads of sweat from the forehead, because that was the go-ahead run for Dekalb at the plate. Norwell will carry a 3-run lead into the bottom of the 6th. It's 9-6 Norwell on WellsCountyVoice.com.
I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic in Bluffton. My goal with chiropractic treatment is to make you feel and function better by providing neurostructural corrections to help put your spine back into alignment, to strengthen your nerve system, and to relieve nerve pain. We strive to help you heal and stay healthy for years to come. Our full-service chiropractic team in Bluffton provides corrective exercises, lifestyle advice, along with spinal and postural screenings.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nick Altair, and I'm proud to join the team here at Corrective Chiropractic. Our goal is to figure out what is causing your pain and restore movement to the optimal level. From infants to older adults, chiropractic is a safe way to manage growing pains and other body trauma. Did you know that chiropractic care can strengthen your overall immune system? Give us a call at 260-353-1400. Chiropractic care can help you on your journey to the best version of you.
Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza, Bluffton, Indiana.
Frustrating is the F word involved today for all parties involved. It's 9-6 in the bottom of the sixth inning here in Ossian. Norwell leading Dekalb, trying to hand them their first conference loss of the season. The Barons are 3-0 coming into today with wins over New Haven, Columbia City, and Huntington North. Norwell 1-1 with the loss to Leo and the win over New Haven. Both of those wins over the Bulldogs were in big blowout fashion. Dekalb got that extra game in with the Vikings over the weekend. In fact, they ended up playing a doubleheader against them. Eli Riley steps in to lead things off here in the sixth. A walk, a strikeout, and a hit by pitch, so uncharacteristically for him, he has not put a ball in play yet either. And there's a strike at the belt. Visibly frustrated the last time up. Of course, that was against the now center fielder, Steele Jackson, who was the starting pitcher here today, and hit him. And Riley flung the bat back toward the dugout. But he certainly appears to have collected himself very quickly, which would be characteristic of what we know about Eli Riley. No balls and 2 strikes to the senior. Fastball off the plate, 1-2. So do also have a final from softball today as Dwenger beats Norwell 6-4. Now, Norwell's had a great year, a great fast pitch year for head coach Herb Bergman and the Lady K's. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Riley. Outside 3-2, as you could hear Theron in your living room talking right into our mic. Appreciate that. Payoff pitch to the leadoff man here in the sixth. Downstairs, second walk drawn by Riley today. So he hasn't, let's see here. He hasn't reached, or he hadn't put a ball in play, and he reached 3 times. That's nice for a guy that is playing at the next level next season. 14 walks now on the year, and a team high 8 times he's been hit by a pitch. Luke Graff now with nobody out in the sixth. Riley could be moving at some point. I would expect him to be. Strike 1 just above the belt of Kraft. I mean, you kind of expect Riley to go here. And if he gets thrown out, he gets thrown out. But there's just a low chance of that happening. Strike 1, he's not moving. Pitch down and in. They're going to try to back pick it first. And the throw is late as Riley's back in. Runner on the move, 1-1. Uh-oh, popped up into left, and Riley's going to have plenty of time to get back here. But under it is the left fielder, Greer. And there's the first out.
That's frustrating.
Yep. Not a strike either.
Nope.
There's a pickoff throw. That was a good move there, offered by Bryce Dobson. Rocco Haynes had the triple the last time up after the line out back in the bottom of the first inning. Reached on an error to the pitcher on a weird play. There's ball down and in, and the throw down to second is up the line, although I don't think Riley would have gotten there with a better throw. Riley didn't have the best jump. That was the best throw we've seen by Leslie here today, including the one where he threw out Brett Wathen. So a good effort there by Leslie, but the throw was wide. Ball 1 to Rocco Haynes. And talking about that play where he reached in the fourth inning. Or no, I'm sorry, that was the third inning as he fouls that one out of play, 1-1. Ended up giving Norwell 2 runs to make it 4-1 at that point. And he was down the line. It was a spinner that ended up staying fair, just basically sat right on the foul line. It was picked up by the pitcher, Jackson. He tried to tag him, but the ball wasn't in his glove. And then he slid into first, and here comes Eli Riley to third on the wild pitch. That's the 7th wild pitch by Dekalb pitching today. Leslie stood up on that thing. That was another pitch that was just past the grass and the dirt circle around the plate. Just how many of those can you deal with if you're Alex Leslie back there on a day like today? So a wild pitch for Riley on the dirt ball read. 2 balls and a strike with 1 out, and another run 90 feet away for the Knights. And the RBI machine drives one to right center field in the gap, and that ball is going to drop despite a diving effort given by Jackson. Rocco Haynes into second with a double as he drives in another run. Eli Riley scoring from third to give the Knights an extra insurance bag here in the 6th.
Yeah, and Rocco's about as sure as they come as far as hits come, and he delivers again with an RBI double, and it gives the Knights what feels like a much-needed insurance run.
No kidding. Dobson's first pitch is slapped towards center. It's dropping, and it will find grass for a base hit. And cutting it off is the center fielder, and that's a nice play by Steele Jackson to hold Rocco Haynes at third, but it puts runners at the corners with 1 out.
Yeah, and a nice hold there by Coach Miller to hold Rocco Haynes and keep the line moving. I might have chanced it, but at the same time, if your team's hitting, keep the line moving.
Leighton Bailey is 1 for 3. Had the single up the middle. Strikeout, ground out in other at-bats today. Strike 1 is Leslie. Couldn't hang on to that, but it's called a strike anyway. It's 10-6 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Knights have played a run in every inning except for the bottom of the 5th. Long look in this time by Dobson. Ooh, this fastball is ripped towards right center again, going back and not being able to make the grab as Ludi as Rocco Haynes scores from third. Brody Bowen chugging for third. He will get the stop sign and stop at third on the bag as Leighton Bailey gets himself an RBI single, and they are tagging Bryce Dobson as the runs continue to pile on here in the 6th inning for Norwell.
Yeah, again, another much-needed insurance run. You feel a little bit more comfortable if you're a Knights fan, but don't exhale just yet.
Yeah, Bo Morgan is going to courtesy run once again for the Knights here at first base, relieving Leighton Bailey. Brett Wathen is going to bat from the right side here. He's been batting from the left side the entire season, to my knowledge. Didn't get a chance to watch him in person on Saturday, but outside of that, his other at-bats have all been from the left side. First pitch, as the runner's on the move, is outside, and Bo Morgan will get himself his 2nd stolen base of the year.
Yeah, Brett's last at-bat was right from the right side as well. Maybe a little bit more comfortable there. I don't know.
Showcases my ability to pay attention. There's a strike call at the belt. 1-1. Well, I know it's only 2 hours, but feels like this thing's been dragging forever. Yeah. I mean, just the way the game has evolved. It's 11-6. It's not been the result of a ton of hits. There have been 18 hits now when you look at it, but a lot of those have been on soft contact. Ball 2 down and away, and the fact that the starter for DeKalb walked 6, the starter for Norwell walked 4, and both of them plunked a batter. It's just been that kind of day where it's been hard for guys to find the strike zone. A lot of pitches in this game. The 2-1. Oh, this ball is hammered towards left field. Going back is Greer towards the wall, and he is out of room. It's a 3-run shot for Brett Wathen. How about that? just talking about him hitting from the right side. He hasn't done it much this year. He turns on that thing and hits it right under the scoreboard for a 3-run shot to deep left.
And we said, probably not many balls flying out of the ballpark. Well, there's one right there, and that's how you're going to do it, with just a line drive of a hit from Brett Wathan from the right side, and it makes you wonder why he was swinging from the left side the whole year if you're going to do that from the right side. Looks a little bit more comfortable. Nonetheless, welcome to the team, Brett Wathan. Been here the whole year, but comes alive today.
He's had 4 hits this year, and 3 of them have gone for extra bases. Cade Shelton is the hitter now. He's 0 for 3 today. He fouls the first pitch out of play. The Knights are on top 14-6, and now you can once again feel comfortable as they have responded in a big way with 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. 9 hits is all they've gotten today, but they have been on the hit parade here in the bottom of the 6th inning against Bryce Dobson. It's been certainly a less than ideal pitching situation for Dekalb today. This is not how they envisioned this game going on the road. This is going to snap a streak of 4 in a row won by the visiting team in this series. The last 2 were 1-run games, and the series has gone the way of pitching for the most part, as you'd expect. 2 teams that are normally near the top half of the conference. Dekalb has gone 6-1, 4-3, and 6-1 the last 3 years. Norwell 5-2, 6-1, 3-4. And this is a group that has, again, the highest scoring game in this series in the last 6 years is 6-5, and that was a Norwell victory up in Waterloo in 2018. The 1-2 pitch here to Shelton is down, 2-2 in the dirt. Dekalb will have the top of the order due up in the top of the 7th when we get there, if we get there. The Knights are 2 runs away from ending this thing early again. That ball is grounded towards the shortstop once again. It's fielded pretty cleanly down there by Eric Emke. A little bit of a hesitation or a bobble, but Cade Shelton is out by a couple of steps. 2 gone here in the 6th.
We figured at some point we'd see Josiah Leidig hit for himself here, but Drew Bustle here right now again, so it doesn't look like Josiah Leidig is going to get a chance to bat today.
And Bustle's had a really nice day at the plate. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Nice eye in the second at bat. The first one was a 4-pitch walk, and then he was able to muscle out a single his last time up on Dobson's big changeup that he throws. There's a fastball. It's lined down the line in right, and that ball drops foul. Bustle turned on it. Again, this is a guy that's a pull hitter, but has the ability to hit for some power down there, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, we've seen Bustle do that plenty of times, keeping in fair territory, and he does have some power behind the bat when he makes contact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a guy who has a high rate of swings and misses, strikes out a lot, but again, a lot of pop in that thing. He's hitting .333 coming into today with 7 doubles and a triple. There's that big changeup, and he pops it up into shallow center going back. Oh, how about that? Making a diving grab is Logan Jordan, taking it away from the shortstop Emke. And that's how the side is retired. We are through 6. The Barons are down to their last 3 outs, down 14-6 on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Soaring high above, exploring our planet. Professional timepiece designed to take flight. Citizen ProMaster. Go beyond.
Daniel's Jewelers on North Main Street in Bluffton, where personal service and trust become part of the memory. Are you taking the first step towards a healthier you, or are you just tired of the same workout? From beginners to fitness veterans, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. We offer a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and so much more. Have peace of mind when you work out with childcare available. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is so much more. Join today. Visit fwymca.org.
Top of the 7th here at Norwell. Alex, so just kind of recap what's going on here today. Norwell got out to an early lead thanks to a handful of walks and a couple of hit batters and some defensive mistakes by Dekalb, but extend their lead here late in the game with a train of hits against the relief pitcher Bryce Dobson. The starter for Norwell in Brody Bolin gave a good effort today, but again, just could not find the strike zone consistently enough to hang around in the game through a lot of pitches, and that's why Leighton Bailey is on the mound right now here in the 7th inning. First pitch fastball is lifted in the air towards center. This is going to be routine for Luke Graft, who comes on several steps and approaching the infield dirt before he's able to make the grab. One pitch and one out here in the 7th.
Yeah, we talked about earlier in the game. We talked about the Knights not having the hits to show for their runs, and a lot of the runs came from Steele Jackson, just wild pitches and walking people and stolen bases that have gotten them that position. But the Knights have scored bunches of runs when they've been able to string hits together, something that they've been able to do against Adams Central, Bluffton, New Haven, the likes of those teams in this win streak they have.
Ooh, that's a fastball that's high and popped up right side, going over his sliding. Also moving toward the line is Shelton and towards the fence, and he's out of room. Strike 2 to Emke.
So yeah, the Knights have had struggles hitting a little bit, but when they do hit, they string a couple together, and they've been able to pile on the runs here.
Sure.
Looking at the 4th and 6th inning on the line score, scoring 5 in each of those innings. That's where the bulk of their hits have come.
Right. 0-2 down and away to Emke is Bailey trying to put the finishing touches on this thing. Ground ball softly hit towards third, backhanded by Bolin on the second hop. One hopper in there, and Lydig can't dig it out. E5, the second error of the day by Brody Bolin down at the hot corner.
I'll give Brody a little bit of a break there. That was a tough little spin on the ball there once it hit the dirt. But nonetheless, you glove it, you got to make a good throw over to first.
Yeah, it did have ample time there to get Emke. In any case, that is the by my count, the 5th Norwell error, and he goes right back to the well. Ground ball towards the third baseman, and that should have been a double play ball, but it does pull McBride off the bag at second, and McBride makes an acrobatic play to apply the tag on Emke for out number 2.
Yeah, Luke McBride saved Brody Bolin from yet another error there. And Leighton Bailey will throw a few more pitches here.
Yeah, well, that's not a terrible thing. At this point, he's going to be well within range to pitch later in the week, should he need to. And Knack has had a nice day as well. 2 outs, and he's their last chance here today for the Barons. First pitch is lined towards left, down the line. It's hooking, and that's going to be inside and fair. That is going to put Jackson around third. He's going to try to score. The cutoff from Rocco Haynes. The throw is gunned towards the plate. Riley's going to tag him out to end the ball game. And how about that? Right against Steele Jackson to conclude a heck of an afternoon from both of those guys. And both guys are playing at the next level, and that's how the game comes to an end here today. Norwell wins 14-6 as they take down Dekalb to hand them their first loss, Alex, in the conference this year, thanks to a bunch of hits late, but being able to convert on situations where they had to early in the game.
Yeah, it was kind of a slower, weird start to the game. You know, the Knights played in 4 runs on just 1 hit, and we were kind of wondering, the line scores kind of looked reversed there as far as runs come and hits come. But the Knights able to tally 5 runs in both the 4th and the 6th inning, and that's proved to be the difference maker to get over Dekalb today.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. That was quite important here today, as when you really look at everything that took place, it's not always a game where you're trying to look at finding ways to win pretty, because in the conference it doesn't really matter. You're now with 4 games left in the league if you're Norwell, 3 left if you're Dekalb, and it all comes down to beating Leo, and Dekalb is probably the best chance left in the conference to do that. So the Knights are going to need to root for the Barons here in a couple weeks when Dekalb does come in to take on Leo. So that puts on the finishing touches here this afternoon. Norwell takes down Dekalb 14-6 on WellsCountyVoice.com. We'll be back on the air on Thursday at Huntington North as the Knights take on a very good and very important Vikings team for a chance to go to 3-1 in the conference. On behalf of my partner Alex Howard and our owners Scott and Dale Mentzer, I'm Derek Decker saying so long and God bless.
We hope you enjoyed this broadcast of high school sports on the Voice Enterprises. Remember, none of this would be possible without the continued support of our sponsors. Please use their services whenever possible, and when you see them, tell them thank you. Join us again next time on the Voice Enterprises.